Dude, I honestly tried to like look for Mr. Exotic videos. Here, let me just get a new fucking.
Everyone told me that.
Jesus Christ. Stop. I hate how hovering over it immediately starts playing the video. Abandoned animals in an ice machine. Oh, scariest abandoned pets. Oh no. Oh god. Oh god. Yeah, Rocket Raccoon has seen better days. Also, don't get a pet raccoon. Just don't. You can't handle one. But yeah, I think I tried to watch, it might have been this video like a while ago, and it's just like, it's just really lame. Like he just kind of buys a shitload of animals. Let me see if this is the one that I remember. Of course, because it's like,
And I already know these are going to be crazy. And by the way,
yeah, shut the fuck up.
Even crazier. Before we get down to the
That's
bottom
a
one, the giant
wildebeest.
alligator thing, apparently, let's hope
He really loves that particular image. But like all these fucking boxes with these stupid fucking signs on them, that is 100% the fish guy's thing. Like he's stealing that from them. Another hedgehog. He already had one of those before. Redfoot tortoise. Another turtle that looks like a soft shell, maybe. No, that's the same kind of turtle he got from the quote-unquote pet store. He's just using the same animals over and over again. Fuck is this? Wild type ball python. Another fucking groundhog. These are the same fucking animals. See, this is why this guy sucks, right? It's the same fucking animals. That is the same fucking baby caiman. The same dwarf caiman from the pet shop video. They're all the fucking same. But then he goes out here for animal number 7. He gets a goddamn wildebeest somehow. Jesus Christ, I hate you so fucking much. But yeah, he gets a wildebeest somehow. Apparently he puts it through a bunch of challenges. What? Or is he challenging himself? I don't know. It's all garbage, right? It's all fucking worthless subhuman garbage, and I hate him so much. This guy's more subscribers than me now. When I first watched this guy's videos, I was punching down. I'd be punching up now. I just would be. Like, this is how you get far in life, right? You don't say that people are doing a bad thing and, like, abusing and hoarding animals. You don't do that. What you do is you abuse and hoard animals. And then everything works out really well for you, and you make a shit zillion dollars and get 2 million views. Isn't that great? Isn't that fucking awesome? Like, fuck this guy. Seriously, fuck this guy so much. He did also apparently fish up a Dunkleosteus. No, he fucking didn't. It's just AI. Like this is one of his, like, classic style videos, right? Where he just, like, goes to a pond where the water is so opaque that you can't fucking see anything in it, and then dumps a bunch of fish in there, and then scoops a big net. So it's like, oh my god, I think I caught one, Helen. What the heck is that? I can't believe it. This is one of the rarest fish I've ever found, you guys. I hate how good I am at doing his stupid fucking inflection. I hate how good I've gotten at it. There is also this one where he finds animals in a pet store dumpster. Because, like, that one time where PetSmart accidentally threw out a bunch of still alive fish and got, like, called out for that, that has inspired a bunch of people to actually put animals in dumpsters for real, on purpose. Speak to Californian. That annoying exaggeration valley accent comes naturally. You're right, it's all my fault for being a Californian. We have the 2 pet store videos. Or the pet store dumpster. He is in Florida but for some reason he's just got like he's got an accent that's very easy to imitate for a Californian. Probably because he's just imitating a bunch of like Californian LA YouTubers because they get a shit zillion views. Like all the Shane Dawson fucking types. And it's just like he imitates those people because they get lots of views. He's trying to sound human. Oh god. This pet shop video is 40 minutes long. I feel like I remember this one being really bad, though. The first pet store video is not even trying to look like a pet store. This one apparently has a fucking ad in it. And this one is 40 minutes long. We could like do a wheel. We got, move over Red Letter Media. We have a new wheel of the worst. All right. Spin that wheel. Come on, baby. What sludge we getting today? What sludge? Oh god, it's the fucking 40-minute long one. All right, get your popcorn, ladies and gents. A 40-minute long venture into good old bass fishing productions. All of this is gonna take a while. I was hoping for a shorter one, but let's do it.
I just found this abandoned pet shop that is filled with animals that
Yeah,
have
you
left here to
sure
die.
did.
And my goal is to
Fuck.
Fuck indeed. Also, once again, this is not an abandoned pet shop. We saw this in another one of his videos that we covered. This was his, like, the fish store, or the fish room in his house, right? When he ended up buying a bunch of deadly fish off the dark web. Yeah, this video.
Today, I'm gonna be buying the...
Yep, same exact room. My goal is to fuck and spread my inferior genes across the human race. Let's get going. We've already seen, like, what looked like an Asian water monitor lizard, a few rabbits. I see some terrariums with insects. Or some kind of arthropods, I imagine. At least, God, I hope they are, considering how small those are.
Save every single animal that is
Axolotl,
in here
rainbow boa.
late, and they don't have a lot of time left.
Looked like a hedgehog, could have been a tenrec. I remember last time I talked about tenrecs, I accidentally said that they were closely related to hedgehogs. That is incorrect. They just superficially resemble hedgehogs. It's a convergent evolution sort of thing.
You see, a few weeks ago, I came across a listing online of someone selling an abandoned pet store.
Just not even trying. Just not even trying. Like, it literally just took a picture of that just now. Just now. It was just like, all right, there you go. There you go.
And at first, I thought, why would anyone buy an abandoned pet store? But
You did in a previous video. We spun a wheel to see if we would watch that one.
Kept scrolling, I realized that there was still a ton of animals left inside.
Okay, red-eyed tree frog that looked like some kind of milk snake. I'm not an expert on all the milk snake varieties. And an albino red-eared slider.
And no one was taking care of them.
Groundhogs.
So immediately, I made a quick phone call, and after talking with the owner, we struck a deal.
He had like a whale jaw. He had like a fossilized whale jaw. You son of a bitch. Is that even your house? Maybe from a Basilosaurus? That could be a mosasaur, actually. That is some kind of, like, fossilized jaw. He's got fossilized shark teeth, too. How dare you? How dare you have a similar hobby to me?
Deal, and I am now the owner of the pet store. Yeah, I bought another abandoned pet store.
You just said, who would buy an abandoned pet store? It's like, yeah, I bought another one. It's just,
Keep doing this. If you guys remember, about a year ago, I bought a different abandoned pet store, but...
Shed. This is a shed, by the way.
That one was a lot smaller.
Like, you ever notice, right? Also, I love the wide shot here. So you could just see that, oh yeah, this is just part of a house. Just part of a house, right? There's a fucking staircase going up to the bedrooms, dude. This is like someone's living room. Maybe a foyer or a study or something, right? Who's to say? But something you gotta notice, right, is that these quote-unquote abandoned pet stores, you know what they're missing? Pet supplies. They're always missing supplies like food and stuff. There's never like, you know, a big trash can full of like crickets or anything. There's no like shelves and shelves worth of dog food and cat food. You know, the stuff that the vast majority of people go to a pet store in order to buy. Because like when most people go to a pet store, most of the time they're not walking away with a pet. They're walking away with stuff for their pet. Like both of the pet stores in my town, neither of them sell pets. They just sell supplies. I have to like go way farther away. I have to like hop on a bus to go to a pet store that actually sells animals.
As you can tell, this one is massive, and it has a lot more animals.
Veiled chameleon, axolotl that you're holding in your grubby fucking baby hands. Just, God, that always gets on my fucking nerves.
The animals that they did have were extremely rare and even deadly. So I think it's safe to
Alright, let's see how many rare and or deadly animals we have here.
say that this is not a normal.
I may as well just like, may as well open up Morph Market in advance.
So I began my search, and after walking around, I realized just how many different enclosures there were. And
yeah,
I
about
had
40
no
fucking
idea where
minutes
to
worth.
start. But then I spotted a pond in the corner with a sign saying monster fish for $300. You guys,
Worthless. Just worthless. Go to any decent pet store and they'll just tell you exactly what kind of fish that you have, right? They're not shy about that. They want you to know what you get, not like monster fish. It's like, hey, walk into any pet store of any quality and be like, hey, you guys got a monster fish? And yeah, this is just the sort of shit he does, right? Like all the time is the water needs to be opaque because you can't see that he's constantly refilling it with fish as he keeps scooping out more and more and more over and over again.
I'm not sure if there's any more monster fish still in here. The water's extremely
monster
murky,
fish.
and
I need to
can't
go
see
to my
anything,
monster
but I guess
fish
the only way to
appointment with
find out
monster
is to start
fish.
netting around. So I took my first scoop, and immediately I felt something big. I think
Yeah.
I got something. No way, you guys, check that out. Well, I guess now we know for a fact that there is fish still in here. This right here is called a jaguar cichlid, and they are super cool. However, he does have some really sharp teeth on him, so we definitely
So I
need to be
better stick
careful
my
holding
fingers
him.
in his
Now, while
fucking
this
mouth
is a
and hold
really
him in my
crazy
grubby
find,
baby
it's
hands.
definitely not worth $300, meaning there's gotta be something else in there. So I kept going, and it didn't take me long until I caught something else. Oh, we got another fish. Check that out, you guys. This one is much smaller than the jaguar, but it's actually a lot more rare. This is called
Wow.
a giraffe catfish, and they can actually get pretty
Stop
big.
holding
but
it.
What makes them really special is this beautiful pattern all along their body, which also makes them extremely expensive. But I still don't think this is the fish that costs $300, so let's go ahead and get this guy into the cooler, and we'll continue our search.
Of course, it's the Bass Fishing Productions classic of, hey, we literally just caught this. I'm still holding it in my grubby fucking baby hands, but I don't think this is what we're looking for, and there's still more crazy stuff yet to come. So let's keep looking. I wonder why this video is 40 fucking minutes long. Fish just went down. Let's have a look at that.
$300, so let's go ahead and get this guy into the cooler, and we'll continue.
Nah, that's just a catfish thing. It's not dead, but it's gonna die.
Continue our search. After that, I took a few more nets without catching any.
Why a cooler? Oh, because he doesn't actually have a tank for these things. Why would he? Why would he have a tank for these fish that's just like ready to go when what he could do is just shove them in a cooler with slightly less opaque water?
And I was starting to lose hope. But then I
But
took another
then-
scoop, and as I was pulling it in, I spotted not one, but two fish. Now, if you guys didn't know, this pet store has actually been abandoned for over a month now.
It sure looks like it. It looks like the ravages of time have just completely overtaken your house. I mean, this pet store. It really looks like it's seen better days, man.
Meaning all these animals haven't been fed in a really
like a
long
frill
time,
dragon.
which is why this tiger shovelnose is so skinny. The Synodontus is actually really fat, so I guess he's eating good somehow. But that's the reason I
Probably because you just bought it.
bought this place. That way we could save all the animals and give them better homes.
That is in very deep shed. That means that this rainbow boa is not gonna be happy. Snakes do not like being fucked with when they're in shed. Like, just generally try to avoid touching your snake or anything like that while it's in shed because they are freaked the fuck out. They're mostly blind at that point just because, like, the scale cap over their eyes is starting to cloud over and they really can't see very well. This thing's probably gonna strike at him and he's gonna freak the fuck out. And because this is a rainbow boa, it might also piss and shit all over him because they absolutely love to do that.
But for now, let's get them into the cooler and we're gonna see if we can find any more.
Oh my gosh, Bobby, look, there's one right there.
Oh, I think I see it.
The girlfriend was allowed to speak. Boyd, you are allowed to speak for this one.
Come on, get in the net. Yes, I think we got it.
Yeah, again, like, it's crazy that the electricity hasn't been turned off. How generous of the previous owner to still continue paying for electricity well after they've abandoned this pet store.
I think that's a clown knifefish. Good eye, Helen. Wait, I just realized that this whole entire wall is see-through. So we could have just looked inside to see if there was any fish.
You stop watching his videos for long enough and, like, you almost forget just how much you hate him. Just how intolerable these videos really are.
That probably would have been a lot easier. But either way, that is another really crazy find. This is a royal clown knifefish, and it's the most
You also could have, like, drained the water or something, like, started siphoning it out. That would have been an option, especially since, like, hell, that is probably the biggest enclosure that you have access to, like, immediate access to, right? Just siphon out most of the old shitty water, start doing a water change. That's what I would have done.
expensive fish by far, but I can actually see something else in there. And if it's what I think it is, it's gonna blow your mind. But even though we could see it, this fish was super fast and it was not easy to catch. Oh, come on.
Oh, darn it.
Wait a minute. Look, we still got something, you guys. That
Wow,
is
that's
not the
crazy.
fish that we were after, but this right here is a red-tailed catfish, tiger shovel-nose hybrid. And these
Oh, I was like, that doesn't look anything like a red-tailed catfish, but if he says it's a high, like, obviously he knows what he bought because he just shoved it in this fucking tank, but it's like, I seen a red-tailed catfish, that didn't look anything like it. I don't know anything about fish hybrids. I'm going to be perfectly clear on that.
Guy's getting massive, but he's not gonna get that big in this little pond.
Yeah, red-tailed catfish get enormous. Don't fucking get one.
And just like all the other fish, he's extremely skinny, so...
Like, when I went to the Dallas World Aquarium and they had, like, this pretty big tank in, like, the middle of the rainforest section, they had, like, manatee, a manatee at least, and some red-tailed catfish in there. Like, the red-tailed catfish were so fucking huge that they still made that tank look like... Are you sure this is big enough for them? Like, I don't know, man.
It's a good thing that we just saved him. After that, I managed to catch a few more fish, including an albino pacu, a big bicher, and a baby lima shovelnose. But what I found next was something a lot crazier.
Whoa.
No, wait, is that a goonch catfish?
Yeah.
You guys, we just caught a literal man-eating fish. These guys can get up to 12 feet long, and they have razor
You keep Jeremy Wade's name out your fucking mouth.
sharp teeth just like sharks. I'm guessing this was the $300 fish, but we still don't know what that albino fish was that we saw earlier. So what I think we should do is get this guy into the cooler, and we're gonna see if we can find out what that mystery fish is. Right away, I was able to spot him through the viewing panel.
You
and
are
after
a gooch.
catching a few other fish,
Jesus
I was able to
Christ.
get him. Yes, you guys, we finally got him.
Brick Squad donated $5. Barack Obama, destroy this man, and my life is yours.
Listen, that is one airstrike that I would be very happy with. Just right on this man's house. Get all the animals out of there first. Get them to a rescue. That looks almost like an amphiuma. But, it probably isn't. That might be a lungfish or something.
I have been trying to catch this fish for so long, but it was definitely worth it because it's an albino lungfish. It might be
Okay, it is a lungfish. Amphiumas are a type of amphibian. I've never seen an albino one before. They're mostly just, like, black.
wrong, but I'm pretty sure this is worth way more than 300.
Absolutely, these fish would try to eat each other. Like, fish in general will try to eat anything that can fit inside their mouth. So, like, a goonch catfish especially, who are pretty notorious, like, a lot of catfish are basically underwater vacuum cleaners, right? I have seen some videos of some catfish that just, like, swallow anything in their path. Like, without question, they will devour stuff that is too close to them. So yeah, 100% these fish will be trying to eat each other. But I'm pretty sure that, like, I mean, I did see a few overhead shots where it looked like there were actually a bunch of fish in there all at once, which is also bad. But I think that in a lot of cases what he does is that, like, he'll scoop out whatever's in there and then just, like, refill it incrementally. Because, like, that just seems like the smart thing to do. But we have no idea how smart this man is. I mean, we do know, actually. He's fucking stupid.
$4. I mean, finding an albino lungfish is extremely rare. But either way, that is definitely the craziest thing we've found so far. But we just started, and we have the entire pet store to explore. So let's keep going. Right next to the pond, I spotted a big reptile enclosure.
Oh, God. No fucking wonder he had that fucking enclosure full of 3 bearded dragons. This is them. This is them. The 3 bearded dragons that he cohabbed together and fed all the Madagascar hissing cockroaches to. There they are. Don't cohab your bearded dragons. Just don't. It's a bad idea. Like, every source online says this. I've seen some people that are like, I don't even think this is the same enclosure, is it? Hold up.
Right next to the pond,
Let's have a look, actually. Yep, that is the exact same enclosure. So even though this already started off as being just way too small for 1 bearded dragon, let alone 3 of them, oh my god, all he did was take this enclosure and arguably make it worse. He took the sand out and replaced it with wood chips, which, like, some people have mixed opinions on sand with bearded dragon enclosures because, like, they'll say that they can eat too much sand and that can lead to impaction. I think wood chips leads to impaction faster. I've never really seen people keep bearded dragons on wood chips. I feel like that's more of a snake thing. The sand is certainly more true to their natural environment. The real bad thing is that calcium sand, because what'll happen is, like, the sellers of the calcium sand will basically advertise it as like, oh hey, when you throw the reptile or like the reptile food, like the bugs and the lettuce in there, then your reptile will eat all the little bits of sand and gain some necessary calcium whenever they, like, eat little bits of their substrate, right? The problem is that the reptile recognizes that they're getting calcium from this, and so they'll just, like, eat mouthfuls of fucking sand, and then that leads to impaction. Like, regular sand, even just, like, regular play sand that you can get from Home Depot for, like, $7 for a 50 pound bag of the stuff, that doesn't really have the same issue because they're just like, ew, this is sand. I don't want to eat this. There's nothing for me here. The tank that I have Dimitri in right now, right? Like, if we can go ahead and pick that up and just show how big that is. That is 4 feet wide, 2 feet long, and 3 feet tall. That is what I have Dimitri in right now. That would be suitable for one bearded dragon. One of my dad's friends owns a local pet shop. He has to remind people that you shouldn't put sand with bearded dragons or wood chips. They aren't good at all for bearded dragons. It's not suitable. That's what I thought. So both times he tried with bearded dragons, he fucked up. Like, you just shouldn't cohab bearded dragons in general because they're not like social lizards. I've seen some people who think like maybe if you have like a big enough enclosure and enough hiding places, maybe you could do the same thing with leopard geckos. But those are leopard geckos, dude. You can keep one of those in like a 40-gallon, which I don't even think that is. That looks maybe about as big as a 30-gallon. That looks about the size of, maybe not even. Is that 20 gallons? Oh, Jesus Christ. Fucking hell.
I spotted a big reptile enclosure, and it was pretty obvious.
And yeah, like, beware of bearded dragons. Some of the most tame and chill lizards you could possibly own. A little bigger than 20 gallon, maybe 25 gallon. I can live with that estimate.
What was inside. Beware of bearded dragons, not responsible for injury or death. Bearded
Like, that's basically a joke sign, obviously.
dragons aren't deadly, are they?
I don't know. I guess we'll find out.
Wait a minute.
The fucking reskinned ones in the movie Holes are, apparently. Yeah, they're not dangerous. They could bite you, but they will let you know if they're about to bite you. They'll like open their mouths, they'll flare out their beard. They usually turn dark, especially around the beard, like they'll change color there. That is one of the big indicators that they're pissed off and want nothing to do with you at the moment. They'll usually calm down afterwards, but like some bearded dragons are just a bit spicy. As long as you read the very obvious warning signs, then you're fine with bearded dragons. They're very tame.
There's 3 of them in there. Oh god, I really hope they don't attack me. I'm gonna go
not
for
gonna.
the smaller one first. He looks pretty friendly. There we go, you guys.
He grabbed it so weird. Like you gotta like kind of scoop under them because like when you grab them from the top, that makes them think they're being predated upon by like a bird or something. Because like the predators that they have out in the wild will grab them from the top. Like whenever I grab Dimitri, I like scoop under him. So that way he knows it's just like, hey, I'm not trying to like grab you, right? I'm just trying to like scoop you up. It's way less stressful for the reptile. But he has to like keep the tension up. Like, oh man, maybe these things are really dangerous. So yeah.
We got ourselves a bearded dragon. These guys are so crazy looking, and they are by far my favorite lizard. And I think it's safe to say that they are.
Oh, why are you grabbing it
aggressive.
like that?
So let's try to catch the rest of them.
Just like, dude, bearded dragons are like Velcro. Just stick it on your shirt. He'll stay there. They're so chill. Just leave him there.
One by one, I removed all
There
the
you
bearded
go.
dragons from the enclosure, but then I realized that we have a huge problem. You guys, we've only explored a couple enclosures, and we've already saved a ton of animals. I mean, there's gotta be hundreds in here, and I have no idea how we're gonna save them
Christ.
all, but we have to try. So let's go ahead and get these bearded dragons.
And that is hilarious, knowing that he keeps them in the exact same enclosure. That is hilarious. That he's like, oh man, I'm gonna save these lizards, and then he puts them in the exact same one.
Into a container, and we're gonna continue exploring.
Also, that really should have had air holes in it. I remember watching this one TV show on Animal Planet where these people were doing like a snake rescue sort of thing, right? Like or like a rehabilitation, because these people had found a snake on their property, and so they like caught the snake and put it in a bucket and waited for the animal control to arrive. And by the time they got there, the snake had suffocated because they like closed the lid on the bucket and it was already dead. So yeah, obviously we know that those lizards survived because they ended up showing up in this video. But in July, made in May. Yeah, that means they survived for at least 2 months. We'll fucking see.
Next was a bunch of smaller tanks, and I had no idea what was
bugs.
inside of them. There could literally be anything in here, and I'm not gonna lie, I'm a little nervous.
Fish tanks, $20 each. Those are not good for any fish. Maybe you could make like a little micro shrimp tank in there. That would be cute. Maybe some snails.
I don't even see anything moving around, so hopefully whatever.
Yeah, some kind of milk snake. Again, I'm not an expert on all the different kinds of milk snakes. I've definitely seen this kind of milk snake before. Oh yeah, those could be good isopod tanks. That'd be really nice.
Whoever was in here didn't die.
That's
I
his baby
carefully took
Savannah
out the
monitor.
first enclosure, and at first I didn't see anything, but then I noticed something big hiding under the fake rock. Okay, I'm gonna lift it up. Here we go. 3, 2, 1. Oh,
king
God.
snake.
It's a snake. It's a big snake.
That looks like a California king snake.
Guys, I have no idea what kind that is, but hopefully it's not dangerous. Ow! Oh my gosh!
Dude. It's just a king snake. King snakes are not even remotely dangerous. They can bite, and they might. Mostly if you smell like food. King snakes and milk snakes both have very good feeding responses. They can also get a bit stinky. They might stink on you. That's probably the worst thing they'll do. If your hands smell like food, then they might try to eat you. But that's about the worst thing that they can do. If you like wash your hands beforehand, especially, like really get them all soaped up or use hand sanitizer, they're not going to want to bite you at all. The thing with king snakes and milk snakes, because I'm pretty sure milk snakes are a type of king snake, they're just really good eaters. So, like, if they think you're food, then they're very ambitious and they will try. But as long as you don't feel like food, or as long as you don't smell like food or look like food, then you're good.
It just tried to bite me. Did you see that? Yeah, so
It, like, turned towards you and smelled you. Dude, it's just a king snake.
you could tell, I was panicking here. This snake was extremely aggressive, and there was no way
It's just freaking out a little bit because, like, you're reaching down like a predator in order to grab it.
Catch him with just my hands, but I had an idea. Wait, we're literally in a pet store right now. Let's just go over to where they have all the products, and maybe they'll have some.
Oh, wow, he did actually bother with that. That's crazy. Most of the time, like with Mr. Exotic or the other time he did this, they didn't bother at all. But like, damn, he actually bought a bunch of just like shitty pet store products.
Something to help us catch this snake. What the heck is all of this? Why is there so many please do not touch stickers here? Okay, I'm
That's for your fucking dumbass.
getting distracted. Back to the mission. It looks like we got a bunch of fish food here. We got decorations. Oh, here we go. Look at this. Exactly what we needed. We have ourselves a snake hook.
Notice how none of these have prices on them though. So it's like, darn, swing and a miss.
Yeah, obviously, of course. You hook them like that. Just, you hook them. Well, as
The
you
Void
can
was
tell,
allowed another
I have
line.
no idea what I'm doing, but I still tried, and it didn't take me long until I caught the snake. Look
The
at that,
snake's
you
doing
guys.
all the
I
damn
caught
work
him.
there.
Okay, oh, he is not happy. Oh, no, don't bite me. No, don't bite me. Okay, we're just gonna get him into the container. Get back in there. Get back in there. Okay.
Okay, that has air holes at
That was
least.
intense. Now, if you thought that was crazy, later in the video, we would end up
It wasn't that crazy, it's just a regular king snake.
finding snakes bigger than me. But we have a lot of other animals we need to
Oh,
save
that
before
axolotl
then,
looks
so
skinny.
Let's keep going. I'm not seeing anything right off the bat, but maybe it's under this log. Whoa! What the heck is that, you guys?
Oh
I think
my
we got
God.
some sort of lizard. I have no idea what kind of lizard that is.
Hold
but I
up.
guess that's
Okay, that looks like an African fat tail gecko. Notice! The tail! Not fat, not there! Its legs also look really skinny, probably because it doesn't have a fucking tail. Leopard geckos and African fat tail geckos, they're very closely related as far as I'm aware. They are very uninclined to drop their tails. They don't want to. Like, they can, but they really don't want to. Because the tail is where they keep all their fat reserves. On the off chance that, like, oh, hey, you know, I'm not getting enough food. I need to, like, take from my tail's fat reserves, right? It's basically the same thing as a camel's hump, right? Yeah, best case scenario, this is a gecko that someone was rehoming. Even then, it still looks really skinny. Like, I would feed that fucker immediately.
shows that this store really does specialize in rare animals. But either way,
And again, like, he doesn't even mention this. It's the same thing as the fucking blue-tongued skink from the abandoned zoo that we saw, where it's like, it's in such awful conditions, and he doesn't even mention it or notice it. So it's like, this African fat tail gecko, like, we gotta go and show you what it actually fucking looks like. I'm pretty sure it's a fat tail gecko anyway. It's, maybe it's a cave gecko. Let's try that actually. Yeah, it's a cave gecko. Okay, it's still supposed to be pretty fat. Here, let's just take a look at this. So, probably more inclined to drop its tail than a fat tail gecko or a leopard gecko, but yeah, still bad. I still think it looks a bit skinny. Yeesh.
that is a really cool find. Let's go ahead and get him into a container.
I don't think he cut the tail himself for the video because, like, that would be an opportunity to talk about like, oh, hey, he's missing his tail, but that's okay because they can regrow their tails. Or, oh no, he's missing his tail. Someone must have really mistreated him before then, but it's okay now that I have him. Like, he'd use that either as a quote unquote educational opportunity or more likely as an opportunity to just like, suck his own dick more or less.
Well, at least we know there's not just snakes in all these enclosures. Let's see what's in this one. Hello? Anybody in here? After digging through the dirt and tearing up the entire enclosure, I finally found something.
Toad.
Look at this, you guys. It's some sort of frog. Oh my gosh. No wonder it took so long to find him. It looks just like a leaf. You guys, I'm gonna go ahead and take a wild guess and say this is called a leaf frog or something. Yeah, I looked it up.
Good.
That's exactly what it's called.
Those don't look anything like what you dug up. Those look completely different.
I added him into a container and then
My guess would be like a one-line frog, but maybe I'm thinking maybe like a fish. One-line frog. Nope. That is people drawing a frog out of one line. Fair enough. I'm not an expert on this, so I couldn't tell you what kind of frog or toad that is. It might be a toad. It looks like it's got kind of little bumpities behind the eyes where all the poison sacs are.
yeah, I looked it up. That's exactly what it's called. I added him into a container.
And yeah, no,
then
it looked nothing like either of those.
after that, I came across something crazy. Oh, what was that? Guys, I'm pretty sure
Oh,
I just
corn
saw
snake.
another snake. It buried under the ground here. Let's
I can tell you that without even looking at its face. That's a corn snake.
see if we can find it. Oh, I think I just felt it. Okay, that is definitely a snake, you guys. Oh, there it is right there. Oh my god.
Also, corn snakes are native to Florida, I'm pretty sure. So, like, he should be well aware of what this is.
I got it. I should probably not be holding a snake if I don't know what kind it is, but I'm pretty sure this is just a corn snake, so
Yep.
we should be fine. That is the second snake of the video. However, I have a feeling there's gonna be a lot more. Next was another enclosure, and I didn't find anything inside of it, so I moved on to the next tank, and immediately I spotted something inside.
There's a
Check that
crested
out, you
gecko.
guys. We got ourselves another lizard, but this one is a crested gecko. These guys are super cool, and they're actually
That one at least seems decently healthy, and it does have its tail. That one doesn't seem too bad. How are his toes looking actually on the back foot
pretty
there?
common.
I think this one's okay. He probably like just bought it. Crested geckos will also drop their tails quite frequently. Unlike other lizards, they don't grow their tails back. So like there are a lot of pet crested geckos out there that just kind of have little nubs for a tail, which it's kind of sad, but they're very inclined to drop their tails. They just do it at the drop of a hat. It's just sort of one of those things where it's like, it's something you gotta deal with the one time if it does happen, and if it doesn't happen, then hey, good for you. 50-50 chance.
So I'm not surprised that we found one in here. However, this guy is
Yeah, crested geckos also come in a wide variety of morphs, and this one seems like a pretty basic one, if not flat out wild type.
super big and very colorful, so it's a good thing that we saved him. Now, since that was the last tank on the shelf, it was time to keep exploring the pet store. And what we found next was the deadliest animal so far. Okay, there's a lot of warning signs on this tank. Beware of fish, not responsible for
Good. Fucking Timu flounder over here.
injury or death. Please do not touch, and not for sale. That is a little alarming. I don't even see anything. Is there anyone in?
I don't understand, like, here's the thing, right? There is a pet shop in kind of around the Mission Bay area of San Diego, right? I go there all the time because it's a really solid pet shop, even though it's pretty far away from me. And like they'll have a decent amount of animals there that are not for sale. Like they have some animals that they're trying to breed. Like I saw some neon blue day geckos there, or some green tree monitors, right? Or some like really big pythons that aren't for sale. You can't buy them, but like you can still like see them there and look at them. But if you're running what is basically like an independent pet store, why on earth would you get an animal that isn't for sale? Just why? Why bother? All you're doing is running up the cost of the shop by just keeping this animal in here. At that point, just like have it as a pet. Keep the pet at your home where your pets go. Why bother putting that in your fake ass pet store?
In here? Oh, wait. Oh my gosh. Is that a lionfish?
Yeah.
You guys, there's 2 of them in here.
Oh,
If you
Christ,
guys don't know
2?
what a lionfish is, they are extremely venomous, equipped with super sharp spines all along their bodies. So we're gonna have to be very careful catching them. Well, obviously I can't catch these guys with my bare hands, but
You shouldn't
since we're
catch
in a
any
pet
fish with your
store,
bare
I'm sure
hands.
we can find something to help us out. So I headed back over to where the products were, and I managed to find a net that would be perfect to catch the lionfish.
Those are
Okay,
little
here we
lionfish
go.
though.
I
Those
think
are still
we got
those
one.
are still
Check this
babies.
out, you
They get
guys.
way
I know
bigger
they're
than that.
dangerous, but they are
Stop
super
holding
pretty. I don't
it.
know what to do. I've never
Actually, keep holding it. Keep holding that one, please.
held a lionfish before. I guess we'll just carefully get him into the bucket.
Like he has to
And
touch
there
it
he
in
goes.
some. Oh my god.
Okay, one down, but there is still one more in there, and I think it's a little bit bigger than that.
Like lionfish are, by the way, some of the most invasive fish on the planet, especially in areas around Florida, exactly because of stuff like this. Jackasses like this will go and buy a lionfish because they look cool and then realize they're rather unreasonable to take care of, and then they'll just throw them in the ocean. It's like, well, good luck, little guy. And now they're fucking everywhere because they get really big. They'll eat a lot of your smaller fish. Good luck moving it to a bigger tank, which you're gonna need to do when it just gets huge and pointy and it sucks. It's just gonna suck. Don't get a lionfish.
That one. Oh, this one is feisty, you guys. Relax, we're just trying to save you.
Like,
This
these are
one
a type
took
of
lot
scorpion
longer to
fish.
catch, and it didn't help that he splashed salt water into my eyes, but eventually we
Oh,
got him,
no.
and we added him into the bucket with the other one. Well, that took a lot longer than I expected, and
Christ.
these animals don't have a lot of time left, so let's quickly
Oh,
move on
God.
to the next enclosure and see what we can find there. Well, as you can tell, this
I saw the tortoise and I just had flashbacks to the fucking zoo video.
enclosure looks a lot different than the other ones, which means there's probably not a lizard or a snake in here. It kind of looks like something a rodent or maybe even a mammal would live in, so I literally
Rodents are mammals, you fuck ass.
have no idea what we're gonna find. At first, I didn't see anything, but as I took a closer look,
He never looks inside the shelter, right? I don't think he understands why animals need those.
I noticed something moving. He's
Wow.
coming towards me. Oh my gosh. Hi. Oh.
Okay,
are
yeah,
you
it's a prairie
friendly?
dog.
You guys, what the heck is this
Black-tailed prairie dog.
thing? I have no idea what it is, but he is adorable.
Big ounce. I mean, hey, like, credit where it's due. He is dealing with a prairie dog a hell of a lot better than Mr. Exotic was, who was just, like, freaking out and, like, saying it's super aggressive as it flinched in his presence.
Oh wait, I think they have his name right here. Hold on, Mario and Luigi. There's 2 of
Oh
them?
my god, I
Where's the other
remember
one? Is your
Super
little
Mario
brother
Brothers.
Oh wait, I think I feel him. No way, you guys, look at this. Oh my
Big
god.
ounce and
We
little
got
ounce.
2 of whatever these things are. They kind of look like groundhogs, but why would they be selling groundhogs here? I don't know, you
Prairie dogs.
guys. This pet store is crazy. If you guys know what kind of animals these are, please comment down below. But they are
Oh, Jesus Christ, those poor little babies. I don't know anything about the care of prairie dogs at all. I don't suppose I can own one. Probably not. Just because it's California, I'm not allowed to own fucking anything here. I say as I have a zoo in my house. Those look very young to me, and I really hope that they haven't been separated from their parents. I would also assume that they probably need a lot of substrate to burrow in. That would be my guess. Just based on, like, other burrowing small mammals, like hamsters and stuff, who also get very frequently mistreated in the pet industry, just because, like, hamsters are, like, up there with betta fish as some of the most mistreated animals in, like, all of pet keeping. Okay, Ranella alata frog. I did not know that. Yep. That's the guy. The forest toad, it is also called. Okay, so I was right in calling it a toad at least. Pet toad character. Yeah, this is not like a super popular pet. So it's not much of a surprise that I haven't heard much about it, because, like, that seems fairly obscure. I imagine a lot of kinds of frogs are. Yeah, no, don't buy wire cages for hamsters. Like, if I was gonna get a hamster as a pet, I would get, like, a full-on terrarium for it and just, like, fill it almost to the brim with substrate so it could dig around in it.
so adorable. I'm so happy that we saved them. Now, I will admit, I got a little bit distracted playing with Mario and Luigi, but then one of them actually ran off and led me to the next enclosure, which was filled with turtles.
Turtle.
Since the water in here was really murky, I had to use my hands to feel around, so I have to be extremely careful to not get bit. Oh, I feel something. Oh yeah, check that out, you
Turtle.
guys. We already got ourselves a turtle, and it's albino. I'm pretty sure this is a red ear slider, and a pretty big one.
Albino red-eared sliders are decently common. I've seen them around fairly frequently. It's not the most rare thing in the world. It's one of those pets that's very frequently bred to be albino, kind of like corridorous catfish, like we were talking about in a previous video.
Wait, hold on. They're selling these for $400? Well, we just got them for free.
Well, it's not really free. You still pay a lot of money for the pet store.
Can your girlfriend be the host, please? Please? She is so much smarter than you. I know that's a line they wrote, obviously. No, I'm pretty sure that one is albino rather than leucistic. You can tell by the eyes. It's got like the red eyes, so that makes it albino.
Oh. I went ahead and I added the turtle into a container, and after that, things started to pick up, and I was finding turtles left and right.
That really does look like an awful setup for turtles, especially so many. That would be bad for just one turtle, right? Like even a growing red-eared slider. For like at least 3, that is just awful. Just awful. It's so small.
No way, you guys.
Not to mention obviously incredibly murky, which turtles tend to just muck up their environments a lot. They're very dirty and very stinky animals. That's part of why I don't have one. That and also they need a fuckload of space. That is reason number 2. They're very good reasons. That's why I just don't have them.
There is so many turtles in here. We just caught 2 more, and I could still see a
God.
bunch down there.
Oh my God,
Look how
5?
crazy this one's shell is, you guys. There's really no way of telling how long it's been since someone's taken care of them. But
Also, the shell on that one on the right, he's holding turtles akimbo right now. What the hell is going on here? Goodness gracious, it's like peeling up over here almost. That is not normal as far as I'm aware. Not a turtle expert, but like I would get that thing to a vet.
Of them, but judging by this one's shell, it's been a while. Now, if you're wondering what we're gonna do.
Okay, yeah. We could get a better look at it here at least. Yeah, it's like the scale is peeling up here. It's possible that could be from a shed. Turtles do molt their scutes in the same way that like other reptiles will molt their scales. I don't know, just the way it looks deformed almost.
With all these animals we're saving in this video, basically I'm gonna be keeping all the crazy and rare animals, especially these guys. But as for all the other animals, I'm gonna be giving some away to you guys. So stay tuned.
Whoa,
till the end of the
to
video
us
if
guys?
you want to find out how you can get some. One after another, I was pulling out more and more turtles.
Okay, that's like
including
6
normal
turtles.
ones,
I think that was a
albinos,
painted turtle.
and even little babies.
Jesus Christ. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 fucking turtles in like what looked like maybe, I don't know, 2 foot by 1 foot? Motherfucker, dude.
And after catching out every single one of them, it was time to move on to the next enclosure, which was home to the biggest and scariest animal so far. Oh my gosh. Okay,
Yeah.
well, it's definitely not a mystery of what's in here. There is a massive lizard. It
Yeah, that is an Asian water monitor.
kind of looks like the Asian water monitor we bought off the dark web, but this one is a lot
Hey, where is that Asian water monitor? Where is it?
bigger, and I'm pretty sure they're known for being either super friendly or very aggressive. So I guess we're gonna find.
Asian water monitors are honestly pretty chill for the most part. Nile monitors are assholes and they hate you and they want you to die, and they will make good on that promise. Or at least they'll try their damnedest. Asian water monitors, as long as they're properly socialized, are pretty chill. But like, who knows what fucking socialization this one has seen when it's like this guy. Monitors really are just like, they're a pet that you have to work with in order to get them to be like friendly, right? I've heard that the same is true of like certain kinds of snakes, like indeed milk snakes, where it's like they can be pretty skittish, but like as long as you handle them regularly, then eventually they'll just get used to you. Once it gets to a certain point with Asian water monitors, they'll be the ones handling you. They're more like a dog that has scales and a giant whiptail that can beat the hell out of you.
Find out what kind he is. Now this was extremely sketchy because these lizards have super sharp teeth and are actually venomous. So
Also, that is a terrible, terrible basking-like setup for really any kind of large monitor. Just like one bulb. Like you can tell that the lizard, like, hold on, let's take a look at the lizard's position here. Look at him. Look at what he has to do. He's got to like brace himself against the wall just to be able to get the heat all over his whole body. when you have a super large monitor like this, what you need to do is get like a bunch of different lights that cover a wide area, because otherwise what can happen is that the monitor can stay in one place for too long with the bulb on like one spot on its back, and it's just like it needs all that fucking heat, so it stays in one position for way longer than it needs to, and it can end up burning itself. That's super common for a lot of monitor lizards, just because like people don't get them the adequate lighting that they need. And that is exactly what's happening here. This can happen for something like savanna monitors, who don't get nearly as big as Asian water monitors. These guys get like even bigger than this by quite a lot. I'd say he's about the size of like a full-grown savanna monitor at this point. Also, call me crazy, I didn't see any water in this water monitor enclosure. But are we even surprised?
So getting bit by one would not be good. Okay, buddy, relax. We're here to help you. Oh, God. Oh, he's hissing. Okay, that's not good. Do I just try to grab him? I don't know what to do, you guys. Come here, buddy. Oh, okay. I don't think he's friendly. Ow, I don't...
Barely moved its head. Barely moved its head. He's just trying to bask right now with the pathetic light setup that you've given him.
I don't think he's friendly, you guys. I don't think he's friendly. He's just trying to kill me. I'm shaking right now. Okay, well, I guess I gotta go back to where all the products are, and maybe they'll have like a lizard catcher or something.
What is a lizard catcher?
I don't know. Okay, I don't know. Now, I didn't really know what I was looking for.
The Void is getting a lot of fucking lines this episode. That's crazy. Man, she must have made him very happy to be allowed to speak for this fucking much.
But then I came across a pair of thick gloves used for catching big snakes. And while we're probably gonna need them later, I thought maybe I can also use them to catch the lizard. Okay, I'm not nervous at all.
Okay, hold on. It looks like... that looks like a tub of water on the right. Maybe just barely enough for the lizard to soak in. I mean, overall, this is just not at all an adequate setup for an Asian water monitor. Even with the lighting notwithstanding. Like, assuming you had a good lighting setup where it can use this to bask, even then it's still basking on wood, which isn't as good as, like, what you'd want to get is, like, some, like, sort of slab rocks from Home Depot or something that you use for, like stepping stones or something. Because those just retain the heat way better and have like maybe 3 lights or so just lined up next to each other. Something like that. And it just needs to be so much bigger. This thing needs to have like an apartment to itself.
At all.
And yes, those are the same gloves from the zoo video.
Hopefully these gloves are thick enough to stop this bite, because I really don't want to go to the hospital. Okay, nice and easy. Okay, I got him. Okay, wait, he's not biting me, you guys. Oh my gosh, I didn't need the gloves after all. Oh,
you probably still did.
He might be trying to bite me.
Monitor lizards have really, especially one that size, they have really big claws. They like to dig around and like scratch. Again, this awful fucking setup has absolutely no substrate either, because of course it doesn't. So he can't dig around through anything, which is awesome. You would probably still need the gloves just to protect your arms from making it look like you have other problems than the ones you already have.
Right now, you guys, this thing is so strong. He's literally all muscle. He's honestly not as aggressive as I thought he was gonna be. I'm pretty sure he was just scared, but now that we got him out, I think he knows that we saved him. So we're gonna go ahead and get this guy into the container. There he goes. Wow, he barely fits. Woo! That was intense. As you can tell, that was definitely the biggest animal that we found. But believe it or not, later in the video, we would end up finding some.
Yeah, the lizard was scared.
For now, I moved on.
He turned his head slightly and was just like, what? What's going on over here? Well, you were just like... I woke up Brandy.
To the next enclosure, and right away I spotted something. Oh, I see another lizard. This one is a lot smaller though.
Oh my god.
Uromastics, and these guys are basically...
Oh my god, that lizard looks dead. Holy fucking shit.
Like little dragons. I'm pretty sure we found one in the other.
That is a dead Uromastix.
That one was red. This one is yellow.
That one is dead. Is it breathing?
He doesn't look that good though. He's super skinny and he's not really moving, but I could see
that thing is limp. That is a dead lizard. Oh my fucking god. Oh, I've forgotten about this. Oh god. That is a dead Uromastix. Uromastix can honestly make pretty good pet lizards, but there is a huge problem with them, and that is that a lot of them are imports, and they will absolutely crash on you. And I can assume that's what's happened to this poor reptile here. God damn it, dude. That is a straight up dead lizard. Like, it's a serious problem with Uromastix in particular. They'll just, like, crash on you super easily, and... obviously, someone like this is just not prepared at all for being able to take one of those in. obviously as this thing is just straight up dead.
He is still breathing, so I
Yep.
think we found him just in time.
Um,
Now at this point, we've
called it like the fucking bay shaker. Yeah, he said it was still breathing. I don't believe him. That thing was not breathing. That was a dead lizard.
explored about 25% of the pet store, so we have a long way to go. And the animals
Christ.
are just gonna get crazier and crazier. I opened up the next enclosure,
just like
and at
10,000.
first I couldn't
Not
find
enough.
anything, but as I took a closer look, I realized that the animal was hiding in plain sight. Oh my gosh, it's a chameleon! That explains why we couldn't find him. He was hiding there the
Christ.
whole time. Look how tiny he is. Oh my god.
Yeah, you could see like when he was grabbing it, it was starting to like flare up black. That's what chameleons do when they're really pissed off. There's still some like residual blackness here. It looks like he's in the middle of shedding or like about to. Dimitri gets the same way when he's about to shed. His colors will dull out a little bit. Yeah, veiled chameleons are also a decently common invasive species in Florida. So yeah, its arms look a little bit skinny. It might be a bit on the thin side. That's not surprising. I don't know if this thing had like a water setup, because like chameleons, they don't like drink water out of a bowl the way that some other reptiles will. They pretty much need to have water like dripping down. Like they will sell you at pet stores like these sort of dripping systems that are good for chameleons that they'll actually drink from. You could also just like have a misting system in there that also works. It keeps the humidity up, which is also very important for chameleons, especially when they're about to shed. All this is super important because chameleons are not hardy animals at all. And they just, unlike uromastyx, who will just kind of crash on you because of the complications of importing, chameleons just kind of crash in general. Like you could have a like bred in captivity chameleon, like just really solid, and if you don't take care of it right, it's just gonna die. It just will. There's nothing you could do about it. I don't know if that's the case for this one yet, but it will be now that it's in this guy's hands.
Gosh, he's so cute. I love chameleons. They're one of my favorite animals. And honestly, I'm not surprised we found one. I mean, every pet store has to have a chameleon.
No, they don't, because most pet stores, like, again, they'll sell, like, pet supplies rather than just straight out pets. Yeah, they're incredibly fragile. I wouldn't describe them as great pets. Like, some people can have good luck with chameleons. I don't trust my chances. I would not get a pet chameleon. I just wouldn't. That looks like a gargoyle gecko.
However, what we found next was a lot more rare. What the heck is that? You guys.
Actually, that might be a Leachianus gecko. It's got like the kind of skin folds. I think it's just a young lychee.
There's another lizard in this enclosure, but
Yeah, chameleons also have a super low lifespan, especially the females. Once the females either breed or get into breeding age, boom, they're just like on a timer. It's super unclear as to why, but like for some reason, like the breeding process for female chameleons, it's like they're octopuses or something. Like as soon as that happens, they're just like, clock's ticking. Like, make your peace with that chameleon because it's gonna die soon. Yeah, it's definitely a New Caledonian gecko. I think it's a young lychee. It's got kind of that sock puppet look to it.
But it is crazy looking. I'm definitely gonna need some help identifying this though, so if you know what kind of lizard it is, comment down below. This pet store is absolutely insane. It's like every other animal is something I've never even seen before. I went ahead and I added the lizard into a container and I moved on to the
Yeah, that might be a very young lychee actually. Because like, it looks like not even like a fully grown gargoyle gecko, honestly.
next tank, and I was a little nervous. I don't know
Why?
why, but I have a strong feeling there's gonna be a snake in here, but I guess the only way to find out is to look
That looks
up
like the
that
milk
rock.
snake.
Oh,
Yep.
oh my gosh, I freaking knew it. It's another snake.
Bro, it's bright red. How did you not see it just looking into the enclosure? Also, dear God, what an awful setup for a snake. Just any snake, really. He's colorblind. That snake is right there. What are you talking about? I could barely see it. It's like a dark reddish gray. Mostly gray. Sometimes red snakes are gray.
And that one is big. Here we go. Oh my god.
Honduran or Pueblan? I think that's Honduran. I think, anyway. We can take a look. Yeah, okay. Sometimes the Hondurans will have the more coral snake pattern, but it looks like they can also come in this, like, red, black, and orange pattern, too. Hopefully no one in the audience is colorblind. Otherwise, you won't know what I'm talking about.
Gosh, did you see that? He just lunged at me. Oh,
No, he
okay.
bolted because he's trying to get the fuck away from you. And also out of that tiny little fucking prison that I would say is barely good enough for a praying mantis. All right? That is puny. That is so small. Like, maybe you could keep a small tree frog in there. Or like a house gecko. Maybe. Even then, I would go for something bigger, especially because like it's vertically inclined instead of horizontally inclined, which is important for milk snakes because like they're terrestrial species. They spend pretty much all their time on the ground.
Okay. He just peed on my face. I think
Yeah, that's milk snakes for you. Milk snakes, king snakes, they will musk on you. They will pee on you. They will poop on you. You gotta get them used to being held. They'll do that way before they bite you, though.
it's in my eye. Oh, okay. I think we should get him in the container before he bites me, you guys. This thing is going crazy. That's what, 3 or 4 snakes already? And guys, I don't want to alarm you, but I'm pretty sure those containers
deserved.
we saw earlier with the stickers
100%
on them
deserved.
have massive snakes inside. So I'm not looking forward to that. But we still had a ton of other enclosures to look through, so I kept.
That seemed like a pretty, like, maybe not full grown. As far as I'm aware, like, milk snakes can get like 3. I've heard some people say they can get up to 4 feet in length. And that was at least like a decent sized milk snake, though. They're like maybe 2 feet long.
Going. Now, this next tank was extremely dirty, which
I
made
see it
it
right
hard
there.
to find whatever was inside.
It's right there.
But eventually, I did, and it was something crazy.
Ah, it's a Schneider skink. These are decently uncommon in the hobby, but as far as I'm aware, they're actually really good pet skinks.
It looks like some sort of skink, but I have no idea what kind.
Yeah. Schneider skinks. I knew someone that had one of these as a pet back when I was like a little kid. You don't see them too often, even though they are apparently really good pets. I don't think people are really breeding them in captivity. Super interesting little skinks. I'm genuinely surprised that he even like sought one of these out.
Kind it is. He is super pretty though. Oh, what was that? You guys, I think there's another one in here. Oh, there he is right there. Oh my god.
Apparently he sought out multiple of these.
Guys, we got him. These guys are so cool. Look at the colors on them. If you guys know what kind of lizards
Again, they are very pretty skinks. It's just like they're gonna die in this guy's hands.
these are, please comment down below.
I think Schneider skinks are insectivores, so they just like, you know, eat the same kind of bugs that you would feed any reptile, more or less. I don't think Schneider skinks are endangered. I can look it up. No, least concern. Least concern, they're totally fine. I would imagine if they became more popular in the pet trade, then they might end up like vulnerable or something. They're super pretty. Like they're really cool lizards. Why don't more people recommend Schneider skinks as starter lizards? Why indeed? This guy looks comfy as fuck. Yeah, for some reason they're just like not super popular in the hobby. Don't get one because of this video. Don't get any reptile on Impulse, or any pet for that matter.
Oh, that's 2 more animals saved. However, we have a lot more to go. All right, this kind of looks like the enclosure the chameleon was in, so maybe there's another
right
one
there.
in here. Oh, wait, never mind. That is not a chameleon.
That one also looks like it's about to go into shed. Yeah, that is a day gecko. Please don't hold it. Please, for the love of God, don't hold it. Especially don't grab it. That is really bad for day geckos. Day geckos in particular are not a lizard for handling. Because what they will do, on top of dropping their tails, which a lot of lizards will do, what they will do is they will drop their fucking skin. They just slough their fucking skin off if they feel like they're being grabbed. It's really bad. You just don't want to do it. Like, that is a last resort option for them. If they feel like they're being grabbed, if they feel like their life is being threatened, they will absolutely do it. And then you gotta deal with a fucking gecko that's like missing a lot of its skin, and that could leave it very susceptible to things like infection and all that kind of stuff. And it's just a risk you really don't want to take with your day gecko.
Oh my gosh, look at this thing. It's going crazy. Come here, buddy.
Stop trying to grab.
Oh my gosh, no.
Oh
Now,
my
after
god.
chasing this lizard through the entire store,
Stop.
I was finally able to catch him. And after a closer look, I realized that it was a giant day gecko, and it was the biggest and most colorful one I have ever seen.
Jesus
so it's a really
Christ.
good thing that we saved him. The containers were filling up fast.
I'm pretty sure day geckos are also an invasive species in Florida because literally fucking everything is. I've never rooted for a lizard so hard in my whole life.
And the animals were getting rarer and rarer. And it didn't stop there. Let me guess.
Honduran milk snakes are some of the most common kinds of milk snakes, by the way. Out there with like Pueblan.
Yes, there's another snake in here. That's great. You know what? Let me just get
let
the
me
snake
guess.
ready this time. Here we go. 3, 2, 1. Oh, yep. There
That
we
is another California king snake.
go. It's another snake. You know what, guys? I'm not even surprised anymore. This pet store is full of...
Probably because you fucking marked it off with a snake skin beforehand. By drop its skin. I mean, like, I don't know if you see its bones and muscles and stuff, but like, certainly the top layer of skin, because like, you know, the reptile is always like growing another layer beneath that. It just falls right off. I've never seen images or videos of it, and I kind of don't want to, because it just sounds like an awful process. Yeah, this is a hell of a face right here. I want to like distort it in Photoshop, just like stretch out his chin a lot and like make his eyes face even more in completely opposite directions.
Of snakes, and this one's really big, so we got to be very careful.
Yeah, it's just a California king
use the
snake.
snake hook, and after a few tries, I was finally able to get him. Oh, I got him. Okay, that is a big snake, you guys.
That looks about full grown. You fucking dumbass. You could have easily killed that snake, or at least seriously hurt it. Again, these are terrestrial snakes. They're hunting on the ground for things like, you know, really anything they can get their teeth on. King snakes are great eaters. It's one of the really nice things about them and milk snakes as pets. They are great eaters. You don't have to worry about them, like, sometimes just not eating the way ball pythons will. But they're going after everything on the ground, like nesting birds on the ground, other snakes primarily, other reptiles, lizards and stuff. They'll eat anything. And, like, but mostly on the ground. They're terrestrial snakes. And this guy almost just dropped it from, like, 4 or 5 feet in the air.
Oh my gosh. Okay. No. Relax. This is
Jesus
another snake.
Christ.
I do not know what kind it is, so hopefully it's not venomous.
It's a California king snake, dude. They're completely harmless.
That would not be good. Oh my gosh, it's coming towards me. Oh wait, what the heck is that? You guys, okay.
Two baby savanna monitors, really?
I can actually see what's in the next enclosure, and it's got me a little bit excited. It's a bunch of little baby monitor lizards. You know the freaking dragon we caught earlier? These little guys are gonna turn into that. I see 2 of them.
No, they're not. They're gonna turn into savanna monitors, who are arguably harder to take care of than Asian water monitors, despite the fact that they don't get as big. Because savanna monitors need a diet of primarily invertebrate prey. And Asian water monitors, you can feed things like birds and fish and all that kind of stuff. Asian water monitors are a lot easier. You're right, I forgot. They're going to turn into carcasses. How could I possibly forget? But like when you have a lizard that is as big as a savanna monitor, and you need to feed that mostly insects, that costs a fucking fortune. It costs so much. Because like a little tin of, I want to say 4 hornworms, which are some of the biggest insect feeders that you can get, at my pet store is like $12. That's for 4. That could maybe feed a savanna monitor for a day. You are going to need to like culture Madagascar hissing cockroaches and like snails probably. Komodo dragons, Nile monitors, and crocodile monitors are the only monitor lizards you cannot keep as pets. I'm pretty sure Komodo dragons are the only ones that like no one can keep as a pet. There are people with Nile monitors, even though Nile monitors are awful. And there are people with croc monitors, even though croc monitors are also very prohibitive. The thing is that Nile monitors are probably as prohibitive to take care of, if not more so, than croc monitors, right? The thing is, Nile monitors are way easier to get your hands on. They're a lot cheaper, as opposed to croc monitors, who pretty much only the experts will be able to buy. Because I want to say that a croc monitor, there you are. Bare minimum for a wild caught crocodile monitor, which is going to be like the worst one you can get, is going to cost you $3,000. For one that you actually want, like a baby, like a captive bred baby, that's going to double that price. And then tack on a little bit more for a tamed one. Here we go, backwater reptiles. What do you sell it for? $60. If it wasn't sold out, you, right now, could get a $60 Nile monitor lizard that will turn into like an 11-foot long hate machine. These animals are about as prohibitive as the one or the other, right? But Nile monitors are so much cheaper. They're just way cheaper to import compared to crocodile monitors. So yeah, Nile monitors like also get huge, and they're also assholes and they hate you. Crocodile monitors, like, you can tame both of them, but... or at least, like, you know, habituate both of them, socialize both of them. But only the experts are going to be really good at that. And any dingus can buy a Nile monitor. Only the experts can buy croc monitors. So croc monitors have a way better reputation because they're exclusively being bought by the people who actually know what they're doing with them. Nile monitors are just a lot worse for this because, you know, they're being bought by fucking Grandpa Joe at the reptile show who's just like, oh man, this thing's fucking cool. Adult monitors can get very aggressive when they grow up, assuming you don't properly socialize them. If you do properly socialize them, then they can be great. But Nile monitors in particular just have like the devil inside them, dude. They are mean motherfuckers and they don't like you.
Right here. There we go. We got them. Oh my gosh, look how cute they are. It's crazy to think that these little guys are gonna turn into 10-foot long lizards.
No, they're not. They're gonna turn into like 4-foot long lizards, I want to say. Maybe 3 foot.
That is a little scary to think about. Wait, I think I see another one. No way, you guys, check this out. We got a
Poor
little army
babies.
of them now. As you can tell, we were finding these real-life
Those poor
dragons
babies.
left and right. But it didn't stop there. As I moved on to the next enclosure, I spotted another one. And it was a lot bigger.
That is a frilled
way,
dragon.
You guys, frilled dragon for $1,500? I've always wanted a frilled
I believe that is the Indonesian species of frilled dragon. Those are just a lot more common in the reptile hobby, because collecting animals out of Australia is illegal. I don't think I've ever seen an Australian frilled dragon for sale. Indonesians, all the time.
dragon. And if you guys remember, I actually tried to buy one in the dark web video, but I got scammed. So to find one in the abandoned pet store is...
It doesn't look great. Its eye looks a bit messed up there. I don't know.
It's insane. Oh my gosh, and he is massive. Look at the size of him. Now I know these guys can be a little bit aggressive, so hopefully he doesn't bite me. Come on, buddy. I'm just trying to save you.
Again,
Here
grabbing
we
from
go.
on top
Nice
instead of
and
scooping.
easy. Oh my gosh, you guys, this is a
Oh my god, what's up with its back? This guy does not look good. He seems super lethargic, it's in rough shape, its eye looks messed up, its spine looks flat out deformed. I would not be surprised if this thing was not getting like proper UVB or calcium. Oh my goodness, this poor lizard.
massive frilled dragon. This is the biggest one I've ever seen. Now at first glance, this lizard looks perfectly healthy, but it seems like he actually has a broken back, which explains why he didn't try and run away.
Okay, so he's at least acknowledging that. I don't even think that's a broken back. I think that's a spinal deformity from like malnourishment or mistreatment or something like that. He'll acknowledge the spinal deformity of the frilled dragon, but not the fact that the Uromastes was actually fucking dead.
Away. That is so sad, you guys. I don't know, we might have to take him to like a veterinarian, but I guess he is still alive, so that's a good sign. This is gotta be
He's
my
still alive, so fuck it. Maybe we don't have to at all.
favorite animal we have found so far, though. I cannot believe we have a pet frilled dragon.
You'll have one for maybe another week.
Okay, let's carefully get him into this container. Oh my gosh, he barely fits in there. I'm telling you guys, this thing is a giant. Whew, there
Poor
we go.
thing.
All right, let's keep going. I mean, who knows what else we're gonna find? You guys,
A
it
red-eyed
looks
tree
like
frog,
we've almost
apparently.
explored this entire section of the pet store, but I could still see a
Hi,
ton of
Brandy.
animals left. So we need to hurry. Oh my gosh, I think there's hermit crabs in here. Look
Too
at-
small. Hermit crabs actually need a deceptively large amount of space. They also need a lot of stuff to climb around on. They really like to climb. Hermit crabs, probably also top 3 most mistreated animals in the pet hobby. Like, hermit crabs, betta fish, hamsters, all up there. All up there, people have no idea how to take care of them. I had hermit crabs when I was like a little kid, and also had no idea how to take care of them. It's just like, huh, that's weird. I would have expected these things to be a lot more hardy, but they kind of died like very quickly on me. It's just like, yep, they sure did.
Look at that. That is so cool. Oh, they're going into their shells. Come on, guys. I'm just trying to save you. There's 1, 2, and 3. There's a bunch of empty shells in there too. I don't know if that's because some died or maybe they're just extra shells, but either
Probably extra shells so that like the hermit crabs can switch shells if they need to. Like the thing that they do.
way, we saved 3 hermit crabs.
Yeah, the goldfish
I
of
added them into a
crustaceans.
container and I moved on, and things got even crazier. No way, you guys, look! There's a little tree frog sitting on.
Oh, Jesus. Okay. So as an owner of a red-eyed tree frog myself, I would not keep one in like a mesh habitat like this, because this lets a lot of the humidity escape. And like, this is a lot better for chameleons, right? Like these kinds of like mesh side enclosures are generally built for chameleons because chameleons are very, very particular animals and they need a lot of airflow. Because like you're trying to mimic their habitat that's like way up in the canopy and all that kind of stuff where there's like lots of wind blowing and stuff like that. So they need a lot of airflow. Otherwise they get super stressed out and they die. Yeah, it seems too ventilated. Like, you would need to have a lot of mist going through there, or fog, or something, in order to keep the frog at, like, a suitable humidity for what they need. Because, like, hey, these are, like, jungle frogs. They do need high humidity. That's what I give mine. Mine's in a paludarium. Like, it's got a bottom section that's just full of water. So, he's totally stoked with that. Like, I will catch him when I see him at night, because you only ever see them moving around at night. Just like sort of hanging out in the water, just taking a little bath. How hard is it to keep reptiles and frogs? It depends on the reptile or frog. I want to say White's tree frogs are probably the easiest frog to take care of. For reptiles, snakes are pretty low maintenance across the board, right? Because you don't need to feed them very often. You just need to give them like the proper setup. But the thing is, you do you do for the most part have to feed snakes like rodents and stuff, which is kind of a deal breaker for a lot of people. Yeah, corn snakes I would say are probably the easiest snakes to take care of. There are also hognose snakes, which you could keep in like a 40-gallon pretty easily, which is like not a whole lot to deal with. And as long as the hognose snake is bred in captivity, which a lot of them are because they're pretty easy to breed, then you'll have a just fine time with them. With getting them to eat. Live rodents are not preferable under any circumstances. No, 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 no. Because live rodents, the snake isn't always going to go for the live rodent, right? And when it doesn't, the live rodent is going to go for the snake. And that's bad. Ball pythons, I wouldn't say they're the easiest, just because, like, ball pythons can be weirdly picky about eating. Just in general. Sometimes they just decide that they don't want to eat. Sometimes they just decide that. Things like king snakes, milk snakes, and I believe corn snakes are a lot easier to get eating. Hell, even garter snakes and ribbon snakes, I think, are easier to get eating. Because, like, garter snakes and ribbon snakes, you can also feed things like feeder fish or night crawlers and stuff like that. So you don't constantly have to feed them rodents, although I still think that you should, just for the sake of, like, keeping the snake well fed and healthy. Yeah, some snakes are picky about, like, wanting to eat live food, but you have to manage that. You can't just be like, oh, I'll throw the rat in there and it'll be good to go, because then you'll end up with a dead snake. Green anacondas are terrible pets. They get like 20 feet long and like 1,000 pounds. They're bad pets. Don't get one. Also, they need a shitload of water, and a shitload of water that needs to be cleaned. For lizards, I'd say one of the easiest ones is probably just a leopard gecko. Bearded dragons are good pets, but they do come with their own issues. For one thing, they do need a lot of space. Like, I mentioned earlier that the setup that I have for my Accu monitor is about good for a bearded dragon. It's a lot more space than a lot of people are willing to give them. Most people just chuck them in like a 40-gallon or something. Or even less, God forbid. And also, because they're omnivores, you need to feed them a varied diet of not only invertebrate prey, but also of, like, fruits and veggies, or just veggies rather. Probably not fruits. Fruits are, I think, bad for them. Compared to something like an Accu monitor that pretty much only eats insects, that is totally fine for them. Like there's not a lot of variety needed there, right? You get the right insects, you're good to go, but Accu monitors are way more expensive compared to a bearded dragon that you can get for like $60 at Petco. You cannot keep marine iguanas as pets. I wouldn't really recommend any kind of iguana. I think if you live in Canada, then Fijian banded iguanas are legal. Here in the United States, they are not. They are probably, as far as I'm aware, the most reasonable pet iguanas to keep. They like stay a decently small size and they're not super aggressive. Most iguanas will hate you. Certainly the green iguanas will hate you. Rhinoceros iguanas, I think, can be chill, but they're still huge lizards and also will probably need like a backyard or something. Marine iguanas, as far as I'm aware, aren't even kept in zoos just because their diet is so restrictive. Like, they need to eat algae that grows around the Galapagos Islands, and that's just like basically impossible to culture for a captive bred population. I have not ever kept turtles, and I don't think I ever will. Yeah, sometimes bearded dragons will get very, very picky about whether or not they'll eat their vegetables. So people are just like, how the fuck do I trick my bearded dragon into eating his vegetables? Because I really need him to stay healthy. Like, you can dust the vegetables with calcium powder, or try like different kinds of vegetables, or like mix in the bugs with the vegetables. They can be picky little bastards compared to things that like just eat bugs or like just eat plants. My thing with red-eyed tree frogs, which again I do own one of these, is that number one, they're completely nocturnal. That kind of sucks. That kind of sucks for if you're not a night owl who is like currently in the process of looking at their enclosure. Even then, right? Like, it's dark. It's dark in there. You're not even going to be able to see them all that well while they're actually moving around and doing stuff. Unless you have a light on them, but that's just going to stress them out. Number two is they're very shy and they don't like to be tongue fed. Mine certainly doesn't. I have like a little feeder sort of, it's like magnetized to the side of the wall in her enclosure that like kind of houses the crickets inside, and she'll also use it to like rest on. Right now she's resting on a leaf. So I'll throw a couple of crickets or roaches in there every now and then. Oh my gosh.
Cryodrake donated $50. Hey fish, hope this helps. Love your videos.
Thank you very much. That is a huge help. For the most part, the red-eyed tree frog is a pretty hands-off pet. Like I'll need to refill her paludarium water, especially since like the paludarium water is what I use to water her enclosure. It's sort of just like, hey, this is the water that she's bathing in, and now it's the water that is the rain. So like this is like simulating a little rain cycle, right? And also making sure that the tank doesn't get overflowed with water. So, but I do have to refill that every now and again. It's not a very interactive pet, the red-eyed tree frog, unfortunately. White's tree frogs are a lot better with that sort of thing. So if you were to get a tree frog, that would be the one that I would recommend personally. Even if they are like, you could also keep more of them together. Because like I'll see plenty of people keeping White's tree frogs in groups, and they're totally fine with that. Pet recommendations for people who want Totodile in real life. Don't get a crocodilian. Do not get a crocodilian. There are some lizards that look crocodile-y enough, but you'd have to be cool with that. Borneo earless monitors, if you have $3,500 to drop, they've got kind of a sort of crocodile distribution. There are also red-eyed crocodile skinks. I personally wouldn't recommend these ones too much because a lot of them are wild caught, which is bad. And they're also extremely reclusive animals. They don't like to be held. They don't like to be seen. They are awesome looking. I wouldn't really recommend them. Okay. I would say that like certain kinds of alligator lizard, especially like the one I have, especially, let me see, the Mexican arboreal alligator lizard. Genuinely, I think one of the, of course it's fucking tiny, just like one of the most striking looking lizards out there. It is absolutely beautiful. They do give that kind of crocodile look. These are also like, the thing is that most of the lizards that look kind of like crocodiles and look cool like that, I wouldn't really recommend them for one of so many reasons. Alligator lizards like this one, like I love Zuko. I wouldn't recommend people get alligator lizards. They're not super handleable. They could be a little flighty at best and bitey at worst. And for the arboreal alligator lizard like this one here, they have pretty specific care requirements. Like these aren't beginner lizards. Zuko, I would say, is probably a beginner lizard, but not like a super interactive one. Like I don't really hold Zuko anymore like I did when he was a very sickly recovering little baby. Dimitri I hold all the time. Because like, you know, he's a decently social lizard. He doesn't mind when I pet him. He doesn't mind when I hold him. Like I reach into Zuko's tank and he's like, I seen him bolt at me or like bolt away from me. Like he panics sometimes. Yeah, I would definitely recommend getting a lizard that is more sociable, or at the very least one that's not going to mind your presence so much. Like bearded dragons are solid because they will just kind of chill out on your shoulder and not really move at all for several hours at a time.
On the leaf. I was looking in here for a good 10 minutes and I didn't see anything. That just shows.
Oh, blue tongue skinks are great pets. Blue tongue skinks are awesome. The only thing is that they can be a little bit pricey to buy and house, but that's like it. Other than that, they're great.
How good his camouflage is. Now the real question is, what kind of tree frog is it?
Red-eyed tree frog, obviously.
No way, you guys.
Don't grab it like that.
Red-eyed tree frog?
Also, wear gloves. That's a very fat frog, though. That is a well-fed frog.
It's got red eyes, so that would make sense. But look how colorful he is now. When he was sitting on the leaf, he was fully green, and that's a defense.
Yeah, they do that. I call it frog loafing. That's why my frog's name is Pumpernickel. Because it's just like a little loaf of frog bread that just sits there all day and doesn't really do much.
Mechanism that lets them blend in with their surroundings while they sleep.
That's a skinny ass frog.
They look completely different.
Wow,
look
fat
how
that
vibrant
is.
Those colors are. This is such a cool find. And it didn't stop there. I then noticed a smaller table filled with more animals, but there was a big problem. They were in these super tiny cups with no food or water, so I'm just hoping they're still alive. Let's just start with this.
Unlike the poor
Uromastics. Gargoyle gecko for $100.
You could tell he just bought all of these at like a reptile expo or something, like the day of or the day before, and just stuck them all on this table here. That is definitely a gargoyle gecko. It looks to be on the younger side. Not fully grown. It's about like crested gecko size. They get a bit bigger than that. Yeah, gargoyles are also good pets. Gargoyles are kind of like crested geckos for people who don't really want crested geckos and they want something a bit bigger and cooler.
Now, I don't know how long he's been in this little cup for, but thankfully he...
And then Leachianus geckos are for people who want a gargoyle gecko, except also even bigger and even cooler.
Still alive.
And maybe a bit
Don't
bitier.
worry, buddy. We're gonna give you a much better home. It seemed like every container on this table had some type of gecko inside, and they were getting crazier and crazier.
Day
It's another
gecko.
day gecko, but this one looks completely different than the first one that we found. Are you okay, buddy? We're here
I
to
think the
save
first one was just
you.
about to shed.
Hi. Oh my gosh. Oh no. Are you freaking kidding me? What is with these day geckos and trying to escape? Luckily,
Because they don't like to be held. At all. They don't wanna.
managed to track him down, and I
Jesus
got
Christ.
him into a container, and then I continued
It's the same
my
container.
search. One after another, I was saving more and more lizards, including a bunch of
crested
leopard
geckos,
and these
bunch of
guys,
leopards.
which I had no idea what they were.
Ah, fuck. I've seen those before. Which ones are those? Ah, damn it. I mean, they got like spiny tails. Are they spiny tail geckos? No. No, they're not. That would have been my first guess. I wouldn't hold them like that because this guy's screaming about it. Also, I believe this one is missing its tail. This one looks to be missing the tip of its tail as well. I don't think they're tokays. Unless they're like a weird morph of tokays that I've never seen before. Because tokays are very distinctive in their coloration. They're like a sort of light powder blue, almost like a periwinkle with like these bright orange spots all over them. Tokays are beautiful geckos. They are amazing looking. Don't get one unless it's like a captive bred baby. Because again, like most of the tokays you'll see are wild caught. That's why they're so cheap. They're wild caught animals. And that means they're going to hate you. They will fucking despise you, tokay geckos. And they'll bite the hell out of you and it's super gonna hurt.
Ow! Oh my gosh, they're both biting me! Why are you biting me? I'm saving you! But then I came across
Okay, maybe they got a little tokay spirit in them.
a mysterious tank that was filled with water. Something's telling me there's not a gecko in here. Okay, hopefully whatever's in here doesn't bite me. Oh, I feel something. What is this? Oh my gosh! Oh, no way! It is a little baby snapping turtle.
Yeah, that looks like a snapping turtle, all right. And that certainly is a baby. Dear God, what an awful setup for it. Like, obviously it has to be opaque water because everything in water has to be opaque around this guy. But it's so fucking small, dude.
Probably should not have put my hands in there. He could have taken a chunk out of my finger. But that is
He
super
wouldn't
cool.
have.
We got ourselves a little snapping turtle.
That does appear to be a common snapping turtle rather than an alligator. Thank fucking God. Because just like, don't have an alligator snapping turtle as a pet. Just don't.
Let's get him into this container and keep going, because we still have over half of the pet store left to explore.
God.
As I moved on to the next enclosure, I spotted something completely unexpected.
Yeah, rabbits.
Oh my gosh, you guys, there's bunnies. They are so adorable. Hi guys, we're here to save you. Do I pick them up? You guys, I don't know anything about bunnies. Uh-oh.
Unfortunately, I'm also not a bunny expert, a rabbit expert rather. All I know is that they can be assholes. They're very needy. And they like to chew on stuff that shouldn't be chewed on. Yeah, I'm not really a rabbit person. My dad had a rabbit when I was like a little kid, and it chewed on computer wires that were very important. And after that, I never saw the rabbit again. So probably just gave it away or something, or set it loose. Yeah, sweet but destructive. I know they can also get pouty. Like when rabbits want something, they'll just kind of like stomp on the ground a little bit. They'll get all huffy and it's very cute.
Animals may bite or kick. That's not good.
Rabbits will like
Even though
kiss
there
and
was a
nibble you if they're anything
warning
like guinea
sign, I had
pigs.
to try and pick them up in order to save them. Oh
Why?
Oh my gosh. Okay. Yeah, the sign is not lying. They definitely do kick. Okay, I got her.
You're also probably grabbing it the same way. Like the same thing with the reptiles. You're grabbing it from above like this. Like, I am a predator. I'm going to eat you. I'm like a giant eagle or something. I'm gonna eat you.
She's calmed down a little bit. Oh, never mind. Okay. Wow, she is feisty, but look how adorable she is.
Okay, I don't know much about rabbits, but I don't think you're supposed to hold them like that. I feel like I've seen that a lot. That people are just like, oh, I'm holding my rabbit like a little baby. Holy shit, don't do that. Please don't do that. That's really bad for them. Okay, never flip them. That's how you hold them. Good. I got the basics down through pure osmosis. Yeah, don't do that. Don't hold them like that. I'm pretty sure you also don't, like, get them wet, like bathe them either. That's also really bad for them.
Oh my gosh, I love her so much.
Bobby, what are you doing? We have to keep going.
I'm sorry, but she's so cute. I can't stop petting her. Okay, let's just
Okay, they
her
get
into
heart
this
attacks
box
extremely
because we
easily.
still have one more to
Jesus.
catch. Here you go, sweetie. Okay, here's the
Poor
second
thing.
one. Are you friendly? Oh my gosh, you guys! I think we have to keep these. They are so adorable. I feel so bad for them. They have no food, no water, and quite frankly, they do not smell the best. But they are still alive. That is all that matters, and we're gonna give them much better homes. homes.
Oh,
Now,
God,
these
I
were
hope
by far
so.
the cutest animals that we found, but believe it or not, later in the video, we would end up finding something even cuter. But first, let's open the cash register to see if they left any money. I mean, come on.
They left behind Bass Fishing Productions merch.
Oh, $20. Wow.
Hi, Brandy.
That's great.
Well, what about the tip jar?
Are you kidding me? A single penny? That is ridiculous.
Hi,
Wait a
Bam
minute.
Bam.
Forget about the penny. What is that? You guys, there's some sort of enclosure here on the counter, but I don't see anything. And the
That's a
reason I
dead leaf
didn't
mantis.
see
I already
anything
saw
is
it.
because the animal that is in here is a master of disguise. Wait a minute.
Actually, wait, I think that's just a juvenile mantis. That could be like a juvenile of a larger species. What is this video about? Oh, he found an abandoned pet shop. No, he didn't. This is a room in his house.
You guys, I think I see it. It's a praying mantis. He's been right in front of my face this entire time. That is...
I've seen like little baby praying mantises around sometimes, and they're like a completely different color than the adults, so I totally believe that this is like a juvenile of a potentially larger species, like a giant Asian mantis or something.
So cool. He looks just like a stick. You guys, I think this is the biggest praying mantis I've ever seen in person.
Are you
This is
for
the
real?
first
Dude, that is not even fully grown. I'm pretty sure when mantises are fully grown, they have like, that's when they get their wings. Dude, I've seen way bigger praying mantises than that. I've seen mantises that are like longer than my longest finger, like maybe about that big-ish. Just living around here, not even like as pets. And they get quite a bit bigger than that, I'm pretty sure. Like, yeah, well, a friendly little guy. There's no way that's the biggest mantis you've ever seen. Oh yeah, some mantises are big enough to like take on hummingbirds. Like this is tiny. This is a juvenile, I'm pretty sure.
bug of the video. Well, I mean, even if it is, it's definitely not the last because I'm looking at a giant sign right now that says
Christ.
bugged. Yeah, I definitely don't want to go over there. But as much as I hate bugs, I needed to save them. So
I want to say that was a Mexican fire leg and either an emperor scorpion or Asian forest scorpion. I bit my tongue. Probably an Asian forest scorpion just because those are a lot more common now.
I faced my fears and I started my search. Okay, it looks like we got a bunch of mealworms. I mean, that's not too scary. That's just what people feed their animals. Let's see, what else do we got?
Hey, like, credit for faking that at least. You got some fucking mealworms, or superworms rather. They are two different things.
Oh, okay, nope, I'm done. What the heck is that? I think it's a centipede, but that is the biggest freaking centipede I have ever seen.
Yeah.
Wait a minute, does that say $350? I'm sorry, but who is spending $350 on a centipede? Now,
Lots of people.
as scary as this already was, what I didn't know was this centipede was actually one of the most venomous...
Again, I love this. I love this, right? Scolopendra sp. SP is just like, that's like generic, we don't know what species this is. It could be anything, but we definitely know that it's a Scolopendra. Because Scolopendra is just like, you know, the genus for a fuckload of centipedes. So this is just like, it could be literally any species of Scolopendra. It's just like, oh yeah, this is the most dangerous centipede. Because he honest to God thinks that this is the species epithet.
Actually one of the most venomous species in the world. Okay, let's carefully open the lid. I am
Christ.
so nervous.
Yeah.
No, this is not good, you guys. We have a massive centipede running around the store. What the heck do I do? I quickly...
God, it hurts just as much to watch it this time around as when we watched it before. It still hurts. Like, Jesus fucking Christ. Just don't get a centipede if you have no idea what the fuck you're doing with it. Like, what even was your plan for this? What was your plan? Right? It's like, oh, I'm going to open this and move it to what? Do what with it? Do you have a larger container on hand? No? Why do you have to open it? Why? Why bother?
Grabbed a net and I chased it down, and it was right here when I realized just how big this centipede was. Oh,
Not when you were holding it in your
doesn't even
hands?
fit in the net. Okay, I got him. Oh my gosh. Okay, where's the container? Get in there. Get in the cup. Okay.
And just
there we go.
Just shake the hell out of it, bash it against the plastic, like remove all of the substrate that it totally doesn't need because like what are humidity parameters? What is anything? Fuck it, right? Just leave that thing in there until it's inevitably gonna starve to death.
That was intense. I think we can all agree that opening the lid was probably not the best idea. I don't know why I did that. I decided to just set him down because there were still so many containers left and the bugs were just gonna get even crazier. Okay, we got another big container that makes me nervous. Oh my gosh. It is a massive scorpion. Look at the size of its stinger. That has gotta be the biggest scorpion I've ever seen. I didn't even know they got that big. But you know what? I'm not as scared of this as I was with the centipede. Should I try and hold it? Is that a bad idea?
Not really.
It probably was a bad idea, but I put on some gloves and I carefully picked it up.
Asian forest scorpions and emperor scorpions are, neither one of them are especially like aggressive or defensive, rather, I should say. Neither one of them are super inclined to like sting you or pinch you. They're totally fine to handle. It's just like you want to keep handling to a minimum with any of your pets. Be careful with it, especially. And don't drop your scorpion.
Okay, I will admit, it's a little scarier when he's walking on my hand. Oh no, okay, he's crawling up my sleeve right now. Okay, this is not good. What do I do right now? Okay, I'm actually panicking. Where's the net? Where's the net? Get off of me. Oh
God.
my gosh. Oh, he's gonna sting me. Why am I doing this? Okay. There
God.
we go. Oh my gosh. You guys, I
It's
nearly
so
just had a
awful.
heart attack. That was so scary. Okay, you know what? We just need to get him into the container. I put him back into his tub and I kept going. And next was a bunch of smaller containers. Here we go. Let's see what's in this one. Oh gosh. Okay, that's a...
That looks like a regular old pink toe tarantula. Is that an Antilles pink toe? Nah, Antilles, that's a versicolor. That's a totally different one. This could be one of, honestly, a couple different kinds of pink toe. But, like, as far as arboreal tarantulas go, these are just some of the most placid. The old world, because these are new world tarantulas, the old world arboreal tarantulas are bastards. Poecilotheria, rather. That is where you get Poecilotheria metallica, which is the bright blue one that is really fucking small, apparently. P. metallica, just one of the most gorgeous fucking tarantulas in the world. These guys hurt. These guys will hurt like a motherfucker if they bite you. I have heard of Poecilotheria bites hurting for months afterwards. They hurt. They are very medically significant bites. They're not going to kill you, but they might make you wish you were dead. How does Carne kick hairs at you? I don't interact with Carne super often. Like, I don't try to poke it or anything like that very often. But, like, there was, like, the biggest instance where Carne kicked hairs at me, I think, was when I tried to move it from its smaller enclosure, I still don't know if it's boy or girl probably, into a slightly larger one, which I'm gonna have to do again soon, just because like Carne is getting to be decently big. That was the last time I think Carne kicked hairs at me, and ever since then we've been pretty chill.
Tarantula. Oh no, okay, he's trying to escape. This is not good. Why do these containers not have lids? Okay, well, since they don't have lids, that means we have
Jesus
to transfer
Christ.
all of these bugs into these containers, so we have to be very careful. Oh no! Oh my gosh! Sorry, dude.
Of course he let it fall. Of course he dropped it. Of course he dropped it. Of course he did. 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 Now, thankfully, this is an arboreal species of tarantula, so they can actually tolerate falls a lot better than their terrestrial cousins. But that's still really fucking dangerous, especially when it's still attached to the container that could easily squish it.
I hate bugs. I can't do it. Why are you making me do this? Just get in the container. We're trying to save you. Okay, here we go. I think this is gonna work.
That seemed like it didn't die on impact. So, thank God. It's still gonna die eventually.
There we go, you guys. I'm not even kidding anymore. I think I will have a heart attack.
I hope
we still
so.
have so many more to go. As I opened up the next container, I immediately spotted another insect, and it was not happy. Oh my gosh! Watch out! Watch out! It's spraying acid. Yeah.
So yeah, we've seen this part before where he like agitates a vinegaroon into spraying acid. Maybe, potentially. It certainly looked agitated. And you have to know how fucking hard that is for vinegaroons. Because vinegaroons are such ridiculously placid animals. They're cool with anything. The only vinegaroon, like, Vinny has unfortunately since passed away since last time we watched this schlock. So the only vinegaroon I have right now is like a little baby. That big on my finger, like half the size of my finger. Like, I could try bringing him out. Okay, you know that one Reddit post of the tarantula just sitting on top of the log and the guy being like, whatever's comfortable for you, man? Carne is doing that right now. There we go. Little guy. Yeah, this is a baby. You guys hopefully remember how big Vinny was. This guy's a baby. I'm going to have him for a while. How long can they live? A decently long time for arthropods. I want to say like 10, 15 years. Just a little guy. They're very placid. He didn't spray at me. Even when I like took him out of his little hide. No, he's not bitey at all. These are like, I would say, probably the most accessible arthropods for you to be able to handle. They're not going to bite. They're not going to pinch you. They're not going to do anything. Like, to get these guys to spray at you, you have to seriously piss them off. I've seen people seriously manhandle these things, and they just don't even care. Smell like vinegar only when he sprays, which he doesn't really do. Isn't that right? I don't have a name for the new Vinegaroon yet. It feels a bit too easy to just name him like Vinny 2 or something.
Yeah, you guys heard me right. That bug just sprayed acid all over me. It's called a Vingaroon, and I know that because we actually bought one for the Deadly Animal video, but that one didn't spray acid on me. I'm pretty sure I need to go get sunglasses or something, because if that acid gets in my eyes, I could literally go blind.
No, it would just be pretty irritating. The spray of a Vinegaroon is really not that bad. Like, it's called a Vinegaroon because, like, it is genuinely about as acidic as vinegar. So, like, it would suck if you got vinegar in your eyes. It would be fucking annoying. But, like, just flush out your eyes, you'd be totally fine.
With my glasses on, I was able to carefully remove the Vingaroon from its enclosure. Now, if you guys see that really long stinger right there, that's where the acid actually comes out.
That's basically just a big antenna. At the very base of the antenna, that is where the acid comes out. It doesn't come out like the tip of it, like at the end of a scorpion's telson.
I probably shouldn't be pointing that at Helen. I'm sorry. Look at that. He just did it again.
Oh my god. Again. You have to manhandle these things so badly for them to spray you. And we actually got to see it happen on camera there.
I probably shouldn't be pointing that at Helen. I'm sorry. Look at that. He just did it.
Look at that. It just like wet the side of his glove with that. Like, you have to piss these things off so badly for them to spray you. You have no idea how much I've seen people manhandling these things. Like, he has to be about to crush this thing in order for it to be like, all right, that's it. You're getting the spray. They're such placid animals.
It again. Oh my gosh, I could smell it. It literally smells like bleach. Okay, let's just get him into the container before this ends badly. After that, I opened up a few more containers.
Can you keep the sunglasses on so I have to stop staring into your soulless fucking eyes?
And I found some more scorpions, including this massive one. But then
they look about the same size.
Something much scarier.
That looks like a desert huntsman spider. I think the first time I watched this, I thought it might have been a six-eyed sand spider, but no. When I went to the Reptile Expo, there was a guy who had this exact kind of spider, and it was a desert huntsman. They're pretty big spiders, but pretty much harmless. Six-eyed sand spiders are the spider you want to get bitten by the least. Those might actually kill you.
What the heck is that, you guys? I have no idea what kind of spider that is, but he does not look friendly. Oh god, and he's trying to escape.
God.
Please just get in the container. Ah, okay, there we go.
Almost squished it.
That was a lot easier than I thought it was gonna be. You guys, if you know what kind of spider this is,
actually,
there we go. Wow, that was a lot.
There's like little bits of shit in here. I don't know if they're actually shit, or if he did end up like wounding the spider.
Easier than I thought it was gonna be. You guys, if you know what kind of spider this is, please comment down below. But just in case it's super venomous, I'm definitely not gonna hold it. With the container stacking up fast, I only had a few more insects left to go.
A lot of Asian forest scorpions.
Why is there so many in here, you guys? This is
because Asian forest scorpions are really cheap, decently easy to breed in captivity, and there's decent demand for them.
Ridiculous. I'm pretty sure this is another black forest scorpion, but I can actually see some down there that look completely different. We're gonna get
that looks like a desert hairy, I think so, yeah. Also basically harmless.
Get to those soon, but for now we still have a few other containers to look through. 3, 2, 1. Oh my gosh, you have
don't let those two get near each other. They will kill each other. That's another pink toe, and I've definitely seen one of these guys before. It's not a white knee, is it? Maybe. That might be a Brazilian white knee. All scorpions will glow under UV. So that's not like specific to a few types of scorpion. That's like all of them.
Are you kidding me? More tarantulas. That's exactly what I wanted. Man, these guys are big too, you guys. This is so scary.
Keep them apart from each other.
Okay,
stop.
Don't do that.
Stop.
Don't do that.
Stop. Stop.
Oh, okay. Oh no, they're fighting. Oh no, they're fighting. Oh my gosh, you guys, this is not good. Break it up, you two. Break it up. Okay, there we go. Okay, you two separate.
How did I forget that this happened? How did I forget that this fucking happened? Jesus Christ. You almost let those things fucking kill each other. Things people do for clicks. No fucking kidding. Jesus Christ. I saw that coming from a million miles away. A million fucking miles away. That's just, it's so fucking preventable. So easily preventable. A child could prevent that from happening. And this fucking imbecile, this actual fucking brain dead retard is just like, you know what? You know what would be a fucking awesome idea? If I just let these spiders fight each other to the death for my shitty fucking YouTube video. God fucking damn it, I hate you. God, I hate you more than words can fucking describe. God, I hope those spiders are okay. They're gonna die anyway.
Well, I was definitely not expecting.
Oh god, I don't think the pink toe's doing well. It looks like it's curling up. Like this one's so much bigger than it. Oh my god.
To break up a tarantula fight today, but luckily everyone is still okay. I'm just gonna get these guys into a container and
The pink toe does not look good.
we're gonna keep going. And we only have one more shelf left to explore.
Oh, try not to kill any of these ones, you fucker!
Inside was more scorpions, including these guys, which were a lot smaller but just as aggressive. But we also found some more tarantulas,
they weren't doing anything.
including the biggest one out of all of them.
Yeah, Mexican red leg.
Look at the size of this thing. A Mexican red leg. I've never even heard of that. Wow, look at the colors on them though.
One of the many tarantulas in the Brachypelma genus, if I'm not mistaken. There's lots of these guys. There's like 2 Mexican red knees. The one that I have is, I believe, Brachypelma homorii. I'm not sure which species this is, but like, yeah, just one of many.
You guys, you know I hate spiders, but this guy is actually pretty cool. Ow! Oh my gosh!
Again, you've really got to piss them off. Really got to piss them off in order to get them to do that to you. So, like, you know he's poking it or something while, like, the camera is just rolling, and then he cuts to the point where it does something.
Ow! Oh my god!
That is kicking its hairs. Those are the urticating hairs on the back of many tarantulas. Mostly New World ones, like the Brachypelma genus. Those will get stuck into your skin and your eyes and your throat. If you breathe those in, you're in for a hell of a time. And you gotta piss them off in order for them to do that. Most people who actually bother to handle spiders on a regular basis are good enough with their spiders that they know how to coax them to move in a certain direction. Mostly people use paintbrushes just because, like, if you try to move a spider, like kind of poke it and prod it with metal tongs or something like that, then it's going to be like, oh shit, something like really hard is brushing up against me. What the fuck is that? But if it's like the bristles of a paintbrush, then it's just like, oh, something's like nudging me a little bit. It's like a plant or another spider or something. Or maybe it's just me. Maybe it's my own legs brushing up against me. Like, the spider reacts way better to something like a paintbrush as opposed to like poking it with your finger or with like metal tongs or anything like that. So people who are good with handling spiders know how to do that, right? This guy doesn't. And so he gets the tarantula to kick its hairs at him.
Gosh, stop! No! He's flicking his hairs at me! Okay, never mind, he's not cool. In total, we managed to save 14 crazy insects, which nearly gave me a heart attack. Well,
none of these were insects, by the way.
luckily, the next enclosure was home to some animals a lot less scary. And I'm
Christ.
talking about axolotls. As you can tell, there's a sign right there saying they were selling them for $50, and next to it is a massive aquarium that is filled with all different types of
Amazing that this doesn't have opaque fucking water for once.
axolotls. So let me go grab a net and we're gonna see how many we can save.
For what purpose? Does that not seem like a fine enough aquarium for axolotls? The water is actually fucking transparent on this one.
Quick, before we do that, I just noticed they have a bunch of merch. They have t-shirts,
oh my god, they have the
hats.
Bass
So
Fishing
cool. Wait,
Productions
is that the new Bass
merchandise.
Fishing Productions merch? This doesn't come out till June 1st on bassfishingproductions.shop. How did they get this?
You literally just put that there.
No, I didn't. Okay, fine. Yes, I did. But I just want to let you guys know we have new merch dropping, new designs, new
That's
material,
so crazy.
and I'm really
That's
excited. We have
awesome.
actual
That's
shirts,
great.
we have
That's
hoodies,
great.
we have
That's
hats,
cool.
and a bunch
That's
of other really cool stuff.
sick.
If you guys wanna support the channel,
Fantastic.
bassfishingproductions.shop.
Amazing. I love to hear it.
So I will see you guys there. For now, let's go save some axolotls.
Okay,
I took
cool,
my first
great.
scoop, and I suddenly realized just how many were in here. Oh my gosh, you guys! We already caught 3 in our first net. Oh my gosh, they are so adorable.
Do you think axolotls are critically endangered in the wild because they're really good at dealing with external stimuli, like being held in your greasy fucking little baby hands that have just held a bunch of other fucking animals in this video, by the way?
Look at their little legs. They actually have a chart right there which shows what kind of axolotls could be in here. I'm pretty sure these two are just wild type, which is the most common, but this guy right here I'm pretty sure is a GFP, and those are the ones that glow in the dark. And I can actually tell because he has green eyes. That is crazy.
Please put them in the
Into a
water.
bucket and I took another
Just dump them in. No care whatsoever. Just like, just let them slide out of your hands and just into some dirty fucking bucket, because who even cares?
scoop, and immediately I caught something else. We got another one, but this one is albino. Wow, and this one is a lot bigger, you guys. That is
Please
so cool.
stop.
However,
Please
I
stop.
am noticing a big problem. A lot of these axolotls look like they've had their legs bitten off. Now, thankfully, they do
would not for a second put it past this guy to have some of these axolotls' legs removed on purpose just for the sake of this video. I've seen plenty of people who are able to keep axolotls together just fine without any issues whatsoever. Because, like, you know, these guys are mostly eating, like, worms and stuff. Or, like, little pellets at the bottom of the tank. They're not, like, fighting each other. So, if the axolotls didn't bite each other's legs off, who did?
grow them back, but that's probably because no one has fed them in a really long time, and they've resorted to...
And that looks like a pretty fresh wound. We know for a fact that he's lying, of course, obviously, because this is just his fucking house. He's obviously fed them semi-recently. So, did he cut these axolotls' legs off to pad out his video where he holds them in his meaty little fucking baby hands to pad out that video for a couple more minutes and pretend to educate his audience of impressionable young children? I'm not saying he definitely did or didn't. I'm saying I wouldn't be surprised.
eating each other. So that's not good. It's really sad, but at least we're here to help them. Let's go ahead and get this guy into the bucket with the other ones, and we're gonna try and catch some more. After that, I was finding axolotls left and right, including normal ones and more albinos. But then I caught one.
What is the purpose of this giant fuck off net for these little axolotls? What is the purpose of it?
Of the rarest axolotls possible. No way, you guys! I think we just caught a golden axolotl. Look at the colors on him. That is so cool. We've only found a handful of these guys before, but this is definitely the biggest. But as cool as this guy is, I still see a bunch more axolotls in here.
And anytime he holds one of these fucking fish out of the water, or like any kind of exclusively water-breathing animals, here's a little fun test for you at home. Hold your breath for as long as these animals are out of the water, and know for a fact that it's even longer because he is cutting in between these.
And clearly they don't have a lot of time left, so we need to hurry. Slowly but surely, I was netting up more and more axolotls, and I was even able to identify a few more species on the chart.
Not species, morphs.
This one is all white, but it doesn't have red eyes like an albino one. Instead, his eyes are black, so I think it's a leucistic axolotl. I don't know. Honestly, there's way too many axolotl species.
Not species, morphs.
Either way, he's really cool, and we just...
God! Why would you cut to it with its little stump legs?
Saved him. At this point, there was only one more axolotl left in the tank, so I caught him out and I added him into the bucket with the rest of them.
Jesus Christ.
And now it was time to keep exploring the pet store. Now, I don't know if you guys have noticed yet, but there is a massive sign on the wall that says amphibians, so I...
Guys, I don't know if you're old enough to know how to read yet, but there is a sign on this wall that says amphibians.
Guess that's a little hint as to what we're gonna find next.
Albino
I can
bullfrog
already
by the
see
looks of
something in
things.
This one, it's some sort of frog, but it's albino.
That looks like a bullfrog.
I actually think this is a bullfrog, but I don't think I've ever seen an albino one before.
I have.
I didn't even know these existed, so this has got to be super rare. Man, he is really skinny.
Oh, albino bullfrogs are not all that uncommon.
Though, I mean, who knows when the last time he ate was? It's literally a miracle he's still alive. However, I think we should get him into a container because I can actually see some more in there. As I search through the rest of the
Yeah, wow, it's like they're not all that uncommon. That's crazy.
enclosure, I managed to find 2 more albino bullfrogs,
Jesus
meaning
Christ,
we
those poor
saved 3
things.
in total. And with them in the container, I moved on to the next tank.
With them in this dry-ass container with absolutely nothing. Like, when I was moving, I had the wherewithal to at least put a little bit of fucking water into my tree frog, like his moving carrier, right? I had just the foresight to do that much at least.
to see what all I could find in there. Oh, hang on. I think I got something. You guys, it's a little baby Pippa frog.
Wow, that's so crazy, like the ones you already bought before.
If you guys didn't know, these frogs look like literal aliens, and the craziest part about them is
Dude, this like a little alien.
when they have babies, the babies will actually crawl out of their backs. Yeah, it's pretty gross, but that is a super cool find, and honestly, I don't even know if it's alive. He's not moving. Hello? Oh, there he goes. Oh my gosh. I continued
Fully aquatic frog species, by the way.
exploring the pet store when suddenly I came across one of the craziest animals so far. Oh, we got another animal. What the heck is this, you guys?
Obviously a hedgehog.
Ow, oh my gosh. It just spined me. Whatever this is.
It spined you? It used its spine attack? Hedgehog laid a layer of spikes on the ground, and now you're gonna take like 1/16 of your health whenever you switch into battle now.
It is really sharp. Oh, there we go. Ow! Oh my gosh. You guys, this hurts so bad. Wait a minute. Is this a hedgehog? You guys, look at its face right there. I'm pretty sure that this
I'm pretty sure it was just pointing at its ass there.
is a hedgehog. I'm sorry, guys. The bunnies were really cute, but I think this guy might be even cuter. This is like the craziest thing that we have found so far.
I don't even think hedgehogs hurt if you pick them up, really. Like, you kind of have to, like, put force on it, right? What else would it be? It could be a tenrec. Tenrecs look a lot like hedgehogs. They got the same sort of spine and, like, the long little face. Even though they're more closely related to elephants than they are to hedgehogs, I'm pretty sure. So it could be one of those. It could also be, if you're fucking stupid, a porcupine. Even though porcupines are way bigger. And also just, like, I'm pretty sure porcupines are either rodents or rodent adjacent. I think they're rodents, though. Hedgehogs are totally different. Lots of mammals decided that we need to have, like, little spines on ourselves.
But we still have a few other enclosures to go through, and the animals are just gonna get even crazier. So let's go ahead and get this guy into a box, and we're gonna keep going. Check that out, you guys. We got a massive tortoise. Oh, I feel so bad for him, you guys.
I feel bad for the tortoise in your other fucking video. Is that a leopard tortoise? I believe so, yes. It seems healthy enough. I don't think its shell is really pyramiding, and its beak doesn't seem overgrown. I want to get a look at its nails, though.
He's in such a small container with barely any food or water. Man, he is heavy, though. This is probably the biggest.
No, he seems decently healthy. Again, I'm not a turtle or tortoise expert, so I could be missing something totally obvious to a lot of other people. But just, like, bare minimum, it seems to be all right. So I have to assume it hasn't been under his care for that long.
The biggest tortoise we have found on the channel, but I'm not 100% sure what kind it is. So if you know, comment down below. With one tortoise already saved, I opened up the next tub and I managed to find even more.
Oh, gosh.
Okay, let's put this one down because there's another tub right here and there's a bunch of babies inside. We got one right here. What's up, little buddy?
That is a
And then we
redfoot
have
tortoise.
second one right here. Look how tiny this one is.
That is a baby sulcata, I believe.
These guys are definitely a different species than the first one. This guy right here is a redfoot tortoise, and this little guy is a sulcata tortoise.
Is that like newborn? It's like its eye seems like it doesn't even have eyelids yet. There's no way its eye is like infected already or something, right? There's no way. I'm going to be extremely generous and assume that this thing is like brand newborn, like just hatched.
Now, even though this guy is really small right now, they can actually get over 200 pounds and they can live up to 80 years old. That is literally insane to think about. But as cool as this was, we needed to keep going. And there was only one
that's like
more
a baby
enclosure
baby.
left to explore. And inside are going to be the biggest and scariest
Oh,
animals
God.
so far.
Thank God, we're almost
extremely
done.
nervous, you guys. Ever since I saw all these do not touch stickers earlier, I have been dreading this moment. But you know what? Let's just get it over with. Let's open.
Dude came out of the womb 2 seconds ago and has got used as a prop. Ain't it grand? Ain't it all so fucking grand?
Open these up and we're gonna see what's inside. Now, since I'm pretty sure there's snakes in here, I grabbed my gloves and I slowly opened up the first cage.
Whoa.
Oh my god.
Yep, that is a Brazilian rainbow boa. At least it has some water feature in there. Like, I would think that a Brazilian rainbow boa needs a way, way bigger habitat than that and just more water. Rainbow boas are basically like mini anacondas. Not to say that they're especially small snakes. They do get decently big. I want to say like maybe 6 feet long, maybe 8. But they're like very closely related to anacondas. Like their closest living relatives, I'm pretty sure. They're gorgeous snakes. I adore rainbow boas. The guy who helped me move in here, like one of the movers, he was actually a reptile breeder and he breeds rainbow boas. Rainbow boas, as far as I'm aware, they don't make bad pets. They are pretty high maintenance. Like, you are going to need, like, a decent water area for them. And, like being boas are good eaters, right? Like, you don't have to worry about them not eating. But it's the main thing, like, you need a high amount of humidity, good temperature, and the water. The water, especially, is, like, a big thing for them because they just really like to soak and stuff like that.
Yep, my theory was right. That is a massive snake. Oh, and he does not look happy.
I don't know. He looks pretty chill to me. Yeah, I think that like most people probably couldn't handle a rainbow boa and would be better off with like a lot of other different kinds of snakes. But I also don't think they're the worst. It's not like a Burmese python or something, right?
He does not like me. Oh god, his face is right there. I guess I'm gonna try and grab him, you guys. I hope these gloves are strong enough to stop the bite.
Very.
I got him. Oh my gosh, he's strong. Come on, buddy. We're just trying to save you. Oh,
you look like you're yanking
it.
Massive.
He just keeps going. Okay, watch out, Helen. Watch out.
Also, again, he's probably gonna poop on you.
You guys, this is not cool. I do not like snakes. And this guy is absolutely massive.
He seems very friendly.
At least he hasn't tried to bite me yet. That's good. Oh, Helen, I think he might be trying to bite you though. Okay, no, stop. I didn't mean it. You guys, wait a minute. This is not a normal snake though. If you look closely.
I mean, rainbow boas are pretty normal snakes.
He's literally glowing rainbow. I have never seen anything like
That's called iridescence. Do you know what words are?
that. Okay, dude, you are getting way too close to my face right now. Okay, you know what? I think we should just get him into a container before he bites me, but that is crazy. This is a monster snake. One snake
Pretty sure they do get bigger than that, rainbow boas.
down. I think we got 3 more to go, and by the looks of it, these guys are a lot bigger. Yep, nope. Okay, we're done. That snake is literally like 10 feet long. And why is his name Fang? That cannot be good.
Fang from Goodbye Volcano High, thank God. You finally come back to us in this, our darkest hour.
But you know what, you guys? We gotta save him.
Aren't all pet trade snakes pretty much harmless to humans? Depends on your definition of the pet trade. There are a good amount of, like, venomous snakes that will absolutely kill you in the pet trade. Some of them, honestly, aren't even, like, difficult to take care of. Like, I want to say rattlesnakes, for the most part, aren't hard to take care of. It's just, like, you know, they might kill you. And that sucks. Like, most people don't want to have a pet that can kill them, but some people are really down with that idea. And that's why they keep shit like cobras, which I genuinely cannot imagine ever doing.
We can't leave him behind. He better not bite me. Now, this snake was massive, and it was extremely heavy. So it is not going to be easy to catch him out. Okay, I might be wrong, but it looks like he wants to bite me.
That could be a few different kinds of snakes. My first instinct is boa constrictor, like a boa constrictor imperator BCI. That's like one of the most common boas you'll see in captivity. You'll see those a lot at pet stores. I don't think it's a Burmese python. I think that the eye markings are wrong for that. Let me check. No, it's definitely not a reticulated python. No, the head shape's wrong for Burmese. What about blood python? Nah, not one of those either. I think that this is just a BCI.
You're done.
Hold on.
Bobby, stop being such a baby. You have to save him.
Dude, make her the host. Make your girlfriend the host. She's so much better at this than you. I trust her to grab that snake more than you.
Okay,
That was real. That was a real glare of hatred. Just like, you think you're getting any fucking lines in my next video, you foid?
Here I come. You know what? I'm not even scared of you anymore. Okay, he's looking away. Now's my time. Now's my chance. He's not looking. I got him.
Yeah, I want to say
Let's
that's a
go,
BCI.
Bang. You're coming with me. We're saving you. I got him. Oh no, I'm so scared. Okay.
I'm so scared.
We're cool, right? We're cool. I think he knows I just saved him.
Also, just like pathetically small setup for obviously any snake that large. I'm pretty sure boa constrictors do enjoy like having some vertical space, some stuff to climb on. He's got so much shed all over the top of his body, probably just because he doesn't have anything to rub his skin on in that tiny little box.
You guys, this snake is absolutely massive. He's got to be like 6 feet long. Now, when I'm holding these big snakes, they might not look very big. That's because I am 6'2", and guys, this snake is just
not to
as
brag
long
or
as me.
anything.
Okay, he's coming towards my face. Let's get him into a cooler. Get your butt in there. You guys.
No air holes.
That
That snake's gonna suffocate.
We still have 2 more enclosures to go, though, and we have to keep going.
That might have been a
carefully
red-tailed
opened up
boa.
the next enclosure, and immediately I spotted the biggest snake so far. Holy cow. Okay, we got another massive snake. I can't really tell how big it is because it's curled up in the corner, but it's definitely not small. After wrestling with the snake
Was it
for
blood
a few
python?
minutes, I managed to get him out, and it was a lot bigger than I thought. Oh my gosh, I got it, you guys. This thing is freaking huge. It is way bigger than the other one, you guys. Oh, watch out, Helen. It's looking right at you. At least it's not trying to bite me, but just like the other snakes, he's wrapping around my arm really tight.
Yeah, he's holding on to you.
I'm losing control of it. I don't think
That's probably the first thing that poor snake has been able to grip onto and like climb on in days, maybe even weeks.
you guys understand how big this snake is because it's all curled up on my arm right now. I think what we should do is set it on the floor, and I'm gonna lay down next to it, and you're gonna see how big she truly is. After that, we only had one more enclosure left.
Do you ever put shoes on? I'm sorry. Is this like a thing? You're like fucking Fred in Dustborn.
Explore, and honestly, I was thinking we were gonna find like a 20-foot anaconda, but luckily, this snake was a lot smaller. Oh my gosh! You guys, I have never seen a snake like this. His tail and his head look identical. I literally can't tell which way is.
Shoot. Oh, fuck. I've seen one of these kinds of snakes before.
Head is. Oh my gosh, look at him. He's just wrapping up in a little.
Like that's obviously a defense mechanism. It's kind of like a shingleback skink where they're like, oh, hey, which end's my head and which end's my tail? You can't tell. Calabar python? Let me see. Yep, Calabar python. You are absolutely right. What funny looking little guys. So that's like the snake version of a shingleback skink. I have no idea what the care for these guys is like. Things are so fucking cool because they're egg-laying boas, so we thought they were pythons for a long time. Well, that's neat. Let's look up care, shall we? Burrowing boas require specialized, secure, and human habitats. Oh boy. What do you got? An old world boa with 2 heads. Adults should be housed in a minimum of a 20-gallon. That doesn't seem so bad, especially for a snake. Primarily terrestrial, floor space is more important than height. Substrate that can enable burrowing or hiding, such as fine aspen shavings, orchid bark, non-toxic potting soil, or cypress mulch. Do not use pine or cedar shavings, as these substrates are toxic to snakes. Well, let's hope he wasn't using those, because Jesus Christ.
Ball right now, he literally looks like a pile of poop. You guys, this is crazy.
Poo!
I'm
So do
looking
you.
around at the pet store right now, and we've explored every single enclosure, and we've probably
Thank
saved
God.
over 100 animals. But now the real question is, which animals do I keep as my own pets, and which ones do I
None.
give away? Because I'm sorry,
Please surrender all of these animals to someone who can actually take care of them, for the love of God.
but I cannot take care of all these animals. So let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. And if you're interested in adopting
I don't know if your potting soil is poisonous to animals. Organic potting soil is generally pretty safe. Some of the stuff has been treated with like pesticides and all that kind of crap. Yeah, like additives and stuff. Just get organic potting soil and you should be good to go.
any of these animals, make sure to follow me on Instagram and send me a message. But anyways, guys, thank you for watching the video. Leave a like, and I'll see you in the next one.
Thank fucking God that's over. I can't believe I forgot how bad that one was. With the dead Uromastics and the spiders fighting each other to the death. Like, Jesus Christ. Oh my God, that is just... Fuck. Is that as bad as the zoo one? Is that worse? Look at this, Mr. Terra Green. Wow, so many animals I've never seen before. You would be a fan. Yeah, honestly, I think for the tarantula bit, like, hey, is that the first tarantula he's fucking killed? 2 dead animals a record? Nah, there was the dark web fish video where he like killed the shark. and also a bunch of frogfish. I want to say that was at least like 4 dead ones. Oh yeah, and all the jellyfish he also killed. How could I forget? Yeah, why do we have to compare kill counts? Why is this where we're at with fucking pet YouTube? For fuck's sake. Oh yeah, and the eel he almost killed. And then by the end of it, it's just like, hey, where did that eel go? That's our sludge. Sludge it up. Fuck this guy. I'm so tired of this bullshit. Cape Barra. Baby... Okay, 3 people in a row apparently think that prairie dogs are baby capybaras. We failed. We failed as a society. I'm getting more Armstrong pilled by the day, dude. Just like, there's no saving it. All we could do is just burn it to the ground. I'll rid this world of pointless wars, Jack. Armstrong did nothing wrong.